Dear, contact me with this email. Permit me to inform you of my desire of going into business relationship with you. I have the belief you are a reputable and responsible and trustworthy person I can do business with from the little information so far I gathered about you during my search for a partner. And by matter of trust, I must not hesitate to confide in you for this simple and sincere business. I am Shaska Amash, 19 years of age, the only son of late Mr Poni Amash. Before the death of my father, he told me that he has a sum of US 9 million United States dollars kept in a safe of a private security company called Dupels and Scrump Wares, in the name of me, next of kin. Dear, in the capacity of the next of kin, and with all the documents in my hand now, I am contacting you with due sense of humanity that you will give it a sympathetic and mutual consideration. Please respond.
Yes, I am interested. Charles! Charles! Over here, Charles.
Hi, Grandpa. What do you want today?
It's a miracle, Charles.
I was upstairs. I was busy in the bathroom.
Are you masturbating?
No.
Charles, were you?
Grandpa,
I
you
don't
know
want to know.
how much that
I
makes
have
me
news
awkward.
for you.
What now? Let me guess.
Yes, this is
Someone has sent you a link to your bank account. I told you, don't put your password in. I told you, don't put your password in. Are you putting your password in?
Well, no, I'm just this. No, look, this man needs our help, Charles. He's a Nigerian prince, Charles.
Oh my God, Grandpa.
You know, I've always wanted to meet a Nigerian prince. I will send
all
you
Nigerian princes, Grandpa.
what money I can. My grandson, Charles. $9 million, Charles.
Grandpa Charles.
$9 million.
You're
You
not
know what we
actually.
could do with that money?
There's no $9 million, Grandpa. There's no $9 million. There's no prince. What's his name? What does it say? Poni Amash?
He's the son of
Shaska.
You need to learn to read
prince.
better. Yes, they're younger over there.
Okay. So what are you
know
gonna do?
about princes?
What are you gonna do with $9 million, Grandpa? Huh?
We're gonna pay for grandma's nursing home bills, and then I'm going to buy lots of whiskey.
Look, I told you before, this is not a legitimate email. How many emails from princes have you gotten?
At least. I've forgotten. Several, though.
Yeah, several, and that's even because I've deleted the majority of them before you got into your
But how
computer.
do you know that we're not missing out on all this money? $9 million. I'll risk it.
How much
$9
money,
million.
Grandpa? How much money could there possibly be left to Saudi Arabia princes over
They've got lots of money in Saudi Arabia. They've got the oils over there.
What's the problem? Why can't he get the $9 million himself? What?
I don't know, Charles. I don't know. I thought you'd be excited for me.
Dupels? No, I'm not. Now I'm here, Grandpa. You've interrupted me. I'm not leaving now. What is this? Dupels and Scrump Wares?
It's a company that sells beauty products. It's beauty wares.
So this beauty wares, $9 million is stored in a safe.
Yes. He's got all documents in hand now. sense of humanity. I will give some sympathetic and mutual consideration. That's what I intend to do, Charles. I'm always trying to teach you about morals and ethics, and this is the ethical thing to do.
You're trying to teach me. You know what? You're right. Maybe you should teach me. Maybe we'll learn a lesson. Write him back, Grandpa. Let's write it together.
Okay. I'm saying I will send you money. Where can we reach you?
You do realize you're on a limited fixed income, Grandpa.
I realize that, but with $9 million, it will be a less limited fixed income.
Fine.
We give what little we can.
You're absolutely right. You know, I give to the kids who are missing arms, and I give to the people that are, you know, that don't have straight backs, and I give to the people that have died. Are you trying to read it?
I don't know what it says.
It says there.
How do I mail it? How do I mail it, Charles? What is it?
Well, I think he'll tell you in a response email. He'll probably say you have to wire transfer the money. And when he tells you that you have to wire transfer the money, it's going to be to a bank account. And once the wire transfer leaves your bank account, then you're never going to see it again. And you're never going to hear from this guy again. But
found it. It's got, it's a little envelope with dash lines next to it, making it look like it's moving quickly. All right.
At least it's not asking for a credit card.
Send.
There you go. And it's sent.
Well,
Grandpa,
feel good, Charles.
Yes, absolutely, Grandpa. It does. Now let's get your pills, and we're gonna get your clothes on, and we're gonna go visit.
I don't want to put my clothes on. I'm perfectly comfortable, Charles.
Well, if you're comfortable enough in that, we're gonna go see Grandma today.
Oh yes, the nursing home.
And before you can even get up, a small ping sounds in the return inbox of your computer in front of you, Grandpa Charles.
Oh.
You look down towards the desktop and see that the email has already been responded to. That's right. On the far side of the city, young Shaska Amash has responded to your email with a simple address.
Oh, well, we have an address. Charles, pull this up on the Google Globe.
Wait, Grandpa, that address is it? That's just on the other side of the city.
Oh,
if I'm not mistaken.
It's on the way to the nursing home.
Let me just look it up here.
It is, in fact, only a short distance away, and as the two of you discuss to take the next steps, you realize that you've seen it this far. Charles, interested in teaching his grandfather the exact difficulty of dealing with these Nigerian scammers, and Grandpa Charles also eager to make his $9 million. These two begin the adventure of a lifetime. And we're live! Hello all, welcome back to the INVICTUS stream! My name as always is Mr. Harlan Guthrie, and I am here with my lovely brother Alex.
Why, hello, and thank you for that wonderful introduction, Harlan. I'm here with our very beautiful friend, Justina. Justin.
And we are here for the first time with Nigerian Prince Scam Email, the RPG.
RPG by Wizards of the Coast.
By Wizards of the Coast. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This is the INVICTUS stream. If this is the first time you're watching the INVICTUS stream, good luck. We do this every Wednesday, and we have done it for the past few years. It is always such a joy and a pleasure to do this for you guys. We run a bunch of zany content. We do some D&D. We do Call of Cthulhu. We do a whole myriad of excellent games, but most importantly, we have a lot of fun and we hang out with you, the audience. If you have yet to join the Discord chat, go ahead and follow the link in the description and hang out with all the people chatting along. We have a lively audience tonight, and I am excited to see where the hell this RPG goes. It is, of course, an 18+ show. If you are weary of the content that is going to be provided tonight, then fear not. You're more than welcome to close the video. But before you do, make sure you like it and subscribe and look at Alex's beautiful little
That's right. Warning. I'm not going to read it this time, but warning. Viewer discretion is advised. And if I do this, it just says
visage. That's right. There is no words. There is content, but we're all adults, and it's okay. Like I said, if you don't like it, but you make sure you like the video first and foremost. It's
just remember Justin. What I said. Just remember what I said.
You said.
Where's the cricket sound effects? There we go. That's natural. If you are new watching this, please make sure to also join the Facebook group. The Facebook group is where all the cool people get together and hang out and chat. If you're not part of the Facebook group, then you're just not cool. That's just fact, okay? And also like the Facebook page. It's the place where we do all the fantastic updates and all that kind of business. When you join the Facebook group, you earn the chance to become one of the elite. And what I mean by the elite is those who win the most valuable post. It's the post of the week that... What are you laughing about, you?
Why is Justin have paper in his glasses?
I don't know. It just seems like a grandpa.
It's an old man thing. You never had the paper glasses.
It's a little sweaty here on my
when you join the Facebook group, you earn the chance at joining the MVP, which is the most valuable post. It's the post of the week that either inspired a sense of community, maybe you sacrificed the most this week, and or maybe it was just the funniest post. Like there's no rhyme or reason to who we choose to win. And on that note, with this week, I would like to announce the winner, Mr. Brian Bill.
Pow, 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 pow.
Brian, first off, it was Brian's birthday just the other day, maybe even yesterday. But he also needed to shave, and he said, "Well, guys, what should I shave?" And he ended up shaving a monkey tail on his face, which is
hilarious.
Dedication to the. And then he also said that I was supposed to do it, and I was like, no one wants to see baby-faced Harlan. Believe me, we've been there.
That's a monkey tail.
I got the little baby face. There you go. So there's Brian Bill at the monkey tail. I wonder how long he kept it. Now, I think personally, he probably just did it.
Shaved it off right
and then
after.
shaved it right away. But if he still has it,
We'll give him an extra XP.
Give you
If
an
he
extra
can
XP.
send us a picture.
if you can send us proof. Yeah. It's like the Nigerian prince scam in itself. If you can send us proof right now, we will double your XP or no money back. So well done, Brian, for winning MVP by just being goofy and having a lot of fun. And that's really what we're about here. It doesn't take much to earn MVP. You just got to be social. You got to be friendly. You got to be nice. It's just a lot of fun.
You gotta be social, you gotta be friendly, you gotta be nice. Win that MVP.
Gotta
Sounds
get
like a
on the
TLC
Invictus
song.
stream. Actually,
Does
Gotta
it?
win that MVP.
I think it's
Gotta be cool, you gotta be strong, you gotta be
wiser.
Yeah, right? What is that? Anyway, a few other announcements today, which I'm really excited about. First and foremost, happy birthday to Miss Aisha Lyle. Yeah, Aisha is one of our oldest... That sounds bad. One of our longest-standing community members. She's not old, but she is one of our longest-standing community members. She has done so much work for Invictus, it is insane. During our 24-hour live stream on November 4th for Extra Life, in which we raised over $5,000, she did 4 half-hour best-of videos, which are just fucking fantastic. It's like our highlights reel. It is so good and romantic to see those things. I don't know why romantic, but it is. She's done countless. Honestly, I can't even count the number. Like, she helped with Revenant, which was a game we ran. They filmed footage for me. They've done a myriad of things. And during the week, that's sort of Jeff Goldblum. It's just everything. But also during the week, I'm Goldbluming. What they do is Aisha.
Hashtag.
Aisha also.
You can't look. You got
It's just chaos. It just drips down the back. Little Jimmy Stewart there too. It drips down the back there. Also, she is
the moon, Mary?
the person
I'll give you the
who
moon.
every week, without fail, will post the. There's a day of the week for everything in the Invictus group, and that's entirely because of Aisha. There's Table Talk Tuesdays, Pick Me Up Mondays, the Game Wednesdays. Is it Table Talk Thursdays? No, I don't remember. But either way, every day of the week is
Eric.
is there. What?
Derek Thursdays.
Theric Thursdays.
Theric
Either way,
Thursdays.
every day of the week exists in the group because of Aisha entirely. We owe so much to her. Thank you, Aisha. Happy fucking birthday.
In fact, if you write us right now, we're going to gift you the Invictus stream.
Yeah, for 3 easy
all
payments
yours.
of $29.95 and 2 chaos examples. But for real, Aisha has been insane,
Unreal.
uncouth. No, but she's just been so valuable to us. Sincerely, thank you, Aisha. We love you so much, forever. And ever.
MVCM.
What's that mean?
Most valuable
Community member?
zine
No,
member?
Aisha's not just a community member. She's Invictus for life. Anyway,
MVI.
so that's a shout out to Aisha. Wishing her a happy birthday. There's also been a few awesome people who have donated a few things to us this week. I want to do a quick shout out to my buddy Stuart from Eldritch Essences, I believe. It was just his birthday too. So happy birthday. I think is it today or yesterday? Actually, I think it's today as well. But Stuart,
Eldritch Essences.
Yeah, Stuart sent us a bunch of stuff over the years, I guess. He's also sort of helped us with the 24-hour live stream as well.
Eldritch Essences sounds like a product label.
Well, it is. It's
like,
it's his candle shop. He sells candles.
Oh,
so.
that's perfect.
Yeah,
It's like
why it's called that.
Cthulhu
Exactly.
scented candle.
So Stuart Douglas also spoke to
Death Incarnate.
He spoke to his friend Paul Baldowski, who makes a game called the Cthulhu Hack, which is sort of like a thin version of Cthulhu RPG. And they sent us all of that, the entire line. So we're probably going to run that in the future. So thank you guys. Fantastic of you to do that. And finally, Breakout Con was this last weekend, and I went. It was a blast. A huge shout out to all the people that I met there. Joe and I were manning a few tables. I did some panels, and awesome. First and foremost, the Toronto Area Gamers is a fantastic organization that they put on all this kind of stuff. Rob, Rachel, and Kate sort of do this entire thing on their shoulders, and they're really nice people. They don't watch any of this, so I'm not like pandering. I'm just letting them know that it is awesome. If you're in the Toronto area, check out Tag. You can find them on meetup.com. And if you like conventions, go to Breakout Con next year. It's really cool. Lots of people playing RPGs, board games, sort of everything. There are some famous people there. I don't know who, but I like Joe was like, oh, that person's famous. I was like, cool. I don't know that person, but I'm sure they are. I did walk by. Some dude came up to the table and he was like, "Hey, can I get an RPG?" I was like, "Yeah," but it's like packed. He's like, "Okay." I was like, and he had like an industry label. I was like, well, "What do you do?" He's like, "Oh, I wrote Pandemic Legacy," and I'm like, "I got that game," and he was like, "Yeah, it's a good game." I was like, "Yeah." So that's a good thing, I guess. So there's a lot of cool people there. So if you like cons, you should check it out next year. It was a lot of fun, and a huge shout out to Toronto Area Gamers. You guys are awesome. And again, a round of applause for it.
Do you know if any are watching tonight?
No, I don't think so. I don't think any that watches this stuff. I hand out a bunch of cards, so maybe someone's hanging out from there. I will mention a huge shout out to Daniel Kwan, who's an awesome dude. He's writing a game called he works at the ROM, and he's writing a game called Ross Rifles, and it's a World War I game. Cool. And he's going to run it for me, and I think he might run it on stream too, which is a really neat game. He's big in the Toronto area, so
that's awesome.
Look for that. All right, that is it from my weekend. What else is up for you guys?
Excuse me.
You burping? You burping, baby?
What else is up?
Burp the baby?
What else is not up? Right?
I'm gonna get a whiskey.
Oh,
not
I
really,
almost forgot. This episode is brought to you by Stolechnia. Stolechnia vodka. Good for everything, including drinking vodka.
Why are you advertising for a real product?
Oh.
Just
make a question.
Just make like that. You're just
Tonight's
literally
brought to you
just like
by
giving money
the
to
back-
a product.
The back page of this vodka bottle.
Yeah, there you go.
1 second.
Now, Michael's also asked where's the musical episode. Just to let you guys know, these November 4th rewards are definitely coming through the pipeline. I have just been lazy, and it's been difficult. But I promise you, they are coming. Made RPG is coming. The musical episode is in production as we speak. The record is in production, as well as the postcards. I have not forgotten. They're just being printed, and then we're going to be sending them out. So within the next 2 months, they should be fulfilled. I'm sorry. I'm only one man. Who's excited for tonight? It's going to be a wacky one. We've asked for a lot of you guys, to submit ideas. So it's going to be sort of all over the place, but we're going to have a lot of fun.
And you know what? I think you should give a little bit of explanation for those people who may have just dropped in, as this is their first first episode.
No,
this is really, be prepared,
Doesn't
because
matter.
this is going to be wackier
Violent.
all of ours. But in preparation for tonight, Harlan, our dear host here, sent out, like a Mad Lib sort of fill in the blanks.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to use a lot of those Mad Libs in this, which is just another reason to join the Facebook group and get involved. Oh, Grandpa, you're back.
Finally, Mlebs. Is he back yet?
Grandpa,
He doesn't have
look,
his headphones
just
on.
I'm telling you, you have to move your chair back to sit down. How many years have you been sitting down?
I'm eating a cookie, Charles.
All right, sit down and shut up. Let's play this goddamn game. These people have waited long enough.
Did you
Ladies
hear
and
that?
gentlemen, without further ado, what the fuck is this game called?
Adieu.
Without further ado, Nigerian Prince email scam, the game.
The RPG.
The Charles family rolls up in front of an abandoned warehouse on 32 Chestnut Street in New York City. It's a bright and sunny, beautiful day, and the warehouse looks abandoned, sitting next to the waterfront. Grandpa Charles is still wearing his housecoat.
Grandpa, it's such a beautiful day out that you're lucky because you're still wearing your housecoat. You do realize that, right?
I'm a little chilly.
Well, let's get out of the car and go and visit your Nigerian prince, whose address seems to be this abandoned warehouse. This should be about right? It makes sense for a Nigerian prince with $9 million locked up.
Will you get my cane, Charles?
I forgot your cane. You're going to have to do without it, Grandpa. Or not. I'll just fashion a cane out of that tree over there. And I get out of the car, walk over to the tree.
$9 million, Charles. $9 million. Oh, there's a gunshot. I heard a gunshot. Maybe it was a car back.
The area is quite disgusting. There's refuse everywhere, vagrants lining the streets, and yet the warehouse seems oddly inviting. It's in a dilapidated area, and as you approach the front door, you realize that there is a keypad associated with it.
Huh. Well, Grandpa, come on. You've got your stick. Come on.
If you would help me a little bit.
All right. And I go back and I help Grandpa a little bit. Grandpa Charles, you know I love you. And I'm not doing any of this to hurt your feelings or anything. I'm just trying to teach you a lesson. As we come up to the door, and as I come up to the door, I see the keypad and I say, there's a keypad. Oh, that seems kind of odd for this building.
Well,
looks like it should be empty.
What's the combination, do you think, Charles?
Well, I don't know, Grandpa.
Come on, put your thinking cap on.
You printed the email out.
About it. Who knows? It could be. Maybe it's 9 million. Try 9 million, Charles.
All right. Beep 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 beep.
And after a moment, the door clicks open. Odd for a building of this size and stature in this place. It seems that the actual wooden door slides back and then up.
And I say that to my grandpa. That's odd for a building of this area, for such a fantastically technologically advanced door to be opening like this.
Oh, but it's not odd for someone with $9 million.
Yeah.
And as Grandpa Charles shuffles past you, the smell of rose water dances along your nostrils as you enter the darkened, abandoned warehouse.
Rose.
The minute you step inside, the metal door clangs shut behind you, and you're bathed in absolute abyssal darkness.
Oh my God, Grandpa! Are you where are you?
Quiet, Charles, and listen.
I'm listening.
You can hear the telltale signs of your grandfather fluffing.
Grandpa, did you fart?
Hey, the fluff. Hello.
As the two of you laugh and your laughter bellows and echoes through the hall, you can hear that it is of great size. And before you can do anything else, the lights turn on.
My.
And you're standing inside a large, relatively well-furnished waiting room of sorts. There's a large velvet red couch with a coffee table across from another couch, and on the wall a large monitor 70 inches across hangs on a cement wall. There are metallic beams in this room, and there's only one door leading out, and it says out.
Wow, Grandpa, that was really dramatic, the way the lights just came on there. And this place does not look like an abandoned warehouse. Scratching my head, I consider, have I been wrong all along?
Give me a D20 roll.
Throw my die. It's a 5.
Perfect. Oh, right. Oh, shit. Okay, fine.
Go with it.
As the two of you sit there... Oh, hold on one second. As the two of you sit there...
Well, stand
there, sorry. The large monitor crackles on. And there, you see the face of an older man. He's got grey hair swooped to one side. He's handsome. He's got thick, wire-rimmed glasses, if that seems... counter. That's not true. He's got thick rimmed glasses, and you immediately recognize him as Ellington Thurston IV, the richest oil tycoon in the entire world.
Grandpa Charles, who is that?
That's Ellington Thurston, maybe the 4th or 5th. He looks just like the 2nd.
Ellington Thurston, give me another D20 roll, sorry.
Your turn, Justin.
D20, where is that? Is that this one, Charles?
Yes.
Is it this one?
You don't have to meta roll.
Yeah, Grandpa.
Right. I got that. Wait, why D20?
Perfect. Ellington Thurston IV owns the Nagamura Corporation, the largest oil tycoon in the world. You know him and recognize him immediately, and as his very clear-cut British again voice cuts through the echoing hallways, you each take a seat on the velvet couches. Hello, ladies, gentlemen, children, whoever decided to respond. Of the 8 of you, whoever I am referencing right now, welcome. Have a seat. And he waits a moment.
Okay.
I sit down and help Grandpa sit down too. Grandpa, I suddenly feel like we're going into Willy Wonka's factory. Do you know what I mean? Isn't that kind of funny? It's kind of...
Charles, help me open my whiskey.
Ladies and gentlemen, he interrupts. Welcome. My name, of course, as I've just said, is Ellington Thurston IV. You might recognize me as the Nagamura Corporation head. I founded that company on my back almost 30 years ago. Literally, I carried shoes from place to place. He just continues talking, obviously, because it is a video. It's like a recording, but you're like trying to ask it questions. The reason you are here today is because I had a little wager with a friend of mine, and the screen sort of split shares, and you see, I'm just going to pick this, Garth Coppercrown, the owner of Osiris Enterprises, who is also a world-renowned leader in forestry. And as the two of them sort of enter the
Garth
screen...
Coppercrown?
Garth Coppercrown.
Coppercrown?
And he sort of says, Ellington says, me and my friend Garth here made a wager that no one would possibly respond to an email as simple and stupid as the Nigerian scammer email that we sent you fine people. And I am happy to say, out of the billions of people in the world that we sent the email to, 8 responded with the information required for them. And because of that, I have lost this bet. And the man sitting next to him on the split screen sort of is a chunkier man, balding, and he's sort of laughs. I knew it was going to be a whole bunch of old people, but you wouldn't imagine how much he's wagered. The actual $9 million. Yes, Garth. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we decided that it would only be fair, because 8 of you responded, that we would meet in a sense. Each of you would be sent to the nearest warehouse that my corporation owns. It would be outfitted with a TV like this one, and we would talk to you in a way that let you know the rules of the game. And he sort of says with a sinister, as the man in the split screen sort of sniggles as well. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. On the far side of the world, each of you right now resides in North America, and I'm happy to say that on the far side of the world, exactly the other side of the world, in fact, lays a locker. A locker in a train station.
What?
The combination to that locker is the combination 4227. If you reach that locker, in it you'll find a briefcase with $9 million in unmarked bills, entirely yours, for the first person who should reach it. But there is a catch, of course. I'm speaking to 8 different people, 8 different citizens, all ready to make their way to this unknown location. But of course it'd be too easy if I told you exactly where to go. So I suggest you start off by exiting through that out door. In it, you'll find everything you need to complete my little game. A map. You'll have to do the rest. If you have any questions, too bad. And the screen turns off.
Grandpa?
Do you have a piece of paper? We have to write down 3487. Quickly.
I did. I put it into my cell phone.
Write it down on paper. I want you to write it down.
Really?
Your cell phone. Those cell phones are amazing.
That anyways.
Just fantastic. It's a phone, and you can make notes. And
Grandpa, look, I just put it on a piece of paper for you, okay? It's there, 4227.
Oh, boy. Well,
that's actually the sticky note that I have in my pocket.
Who's stupid now, Charles? Who's stupid now?
Grandpa Charles.
$9 million.
Now take it easy. And I kind of put my arm around him and I lift him up a bit. Grandpa, don't get overly excited. You know what happens when you get overly excited.
We need to go. We need to get out quickly. We need to run. We have to win the race. Yes, win the race.
But there's nobody else in here. He said 8 people. There's
a beer can, Triscuits, and what else?
Where the hell did you get all this stuff? Is it all stuffed in your coat?
It's all in my coat. My bathrobe.
Why did you have an empty beer can in there, Grandpa?
You want a Werther's?
Oh my! Yes, thank you. Okay.
You're welcome.
But listen. The first thing I have to say is, you were right. Okay, I admit it. You were right in this situation. I was wrong, and you were right. Grandpa Charles, look. I think we should just take it one step at a time. We still don't really know if this is all just a big scam. After all, he said 8 people, and there's only us 2 here.
Were you paying attention to where we're supposed to go?
A locker in a train station on the other side of the world, and we have to leave through the outdoor. So I think we should just get out of here. So I take Grandpa's arm.
The other side of the world is a big place, Charles.
Well, of course. I mean, it can't be the other side of the world. Technically, the other side of the world to here would be the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
Where to go? How do we know where to go?
There's a big door that says out.
Let's go through the outdoor. Come on. And I grab Grandpa by the arm. Grandpa, come on. Stop speculating, Grandpa.
Okay.
Come on. Stop pointing and speculating at things.
Get my whiskey.
Oh, well, you've got your whiskey in your pocket. There's also one in the trunk of the car.
$9 million, Charles.
Yes. It's fantastic, Grandpa.
If it's real. You. I love you, Sonny.
I do too, Grandpa.
We're rich.
Come on.
Okay.
And and I'm kind of pulling you by the arm and just trying to help you walk quickly but slowly at the same time.
And as you pass through the outdoor, you're greeted by a small room. There's a small metal table on it with a map laid out, and above it another monitor with 8 dots. You see on one side of the screen it says finish line. You also see 2 dots with your initials on it and a series of other dots that have other initials on it. Your dots are the furthest to the start line, and already you see 2 dots almost a quarter of the way towards the finish.
Grandpa, I was wrong again. There are 8. Look, there's our initials. CCCC. This is ridiculous.
That's absolutely bonkers. Let's go.
We're failing. We're behind. Come on. Come on. Grab the map. Grab the map. And I grab the map and I kind of crumple it and I shove it into my pocket. Oh, come on. And I stick my arm under Grandpa's arm.
Yeah.
And almost in a pushy, not a good way for a senior to walk. I kind of drag him and he's like tripping over his feet and nearly tumbling to the ground, breaking hips and bones. Perfect. Come on, Grandpa! Come on! You're if you're right, you want to get the $1 million? Come on!
I'm just trying to drink my whiskey the whole way.
Grandpa, come on! You can drink your whiskey in the car. I won't tell anybody. Come on!
And as you burst out the back door of the warehouse, you see a ship sitting there. Oddly, at the end of the dock lined from this, the name of the ship is, of course, roll a 1d20.
You want me to do that?
Go for it.
Whomever.
I will.
Just
15
is, of course, the pearl booty.
Wait a minute, Grandpa. And I look at the map. I pull the map out. It's all crumpled in my pocket. I pull it open. Pearl booty. Pearl booty. Pearl booty. Pearl booty. Grandpa, does that say pearl booty?
Let me see.
The name means nothing to you, but it does seem to be a boat at the end of the dock of the warehouse that you're exiting. Perhaps a head start for you.
Let's take the pearl booty all the way to the other side of the world and win this money.
Yes.
Grandma can wait.
It says we have to sail. We didn't even pack any provisions or food or water or extra booze. I jump in the
extra booze and
Grandpa,
biscuits.
Head towards the pearl booty, and I jump in the van and I drive it in a speedy race, and I jump the curb and barely make it onto the back of this ship, and it just kind of crashes into this small tugboat type ship.
And the ship is, yes, it's actually a garbage transport ship, and it's already starting to move. And as you sort of land on it with a thud, you see the driver learn to be like, "Hey, this is my boat. What are you doing?"
We need it. Never mind, go.
Grandpa.
Oh,
you can tell him.
We need it. We need it. To get $9 million. Do you want to come with us?
What? Give me a
come with us and make $9 million.
All right, give me a.
Throw him off the boat, Charles. Throw him off the boat when it least suspects it.
What the fuck?
I roll a 7. And as I walk up the garbage dumpster,
yeah,
and I say, "Listen, mister, we got a lot of places to go, and I promise I'll give you," and I reach into my pocket and I start shuffling bills around, $7 if you just let us stay on here and not say anything.
Well, you know,
and I grab him by the collar and I heave him over the edge of the ship.
Whoa. You threw Ray Romano off a boat? All right.
That's Ray Romano.
Deborah! As he hits the water. And you throw him off the boat. Do you know how to drive a boat?
I don't. Grandpa, you know how to drive a boat. You were in both the wars, weren't you?
Well, way to remind me. Yes, I know how to drive a boat. I got 16 privates and officers from the west coast of England all the way to France, down the English Channel and across. And as I'm saying this, I'm starting up the boat and getting it all ready.
Nice. So you're pumping along.
You were in every war, weren't you, Grandpa?
I was in, first was World War I, and that was a big one. And then there was World War II.
Yeah.
And that was
you know what?
Big
Let's
one.
just focus on
Korean War. I was in. I went to Vietnam too,
There's a
but only
bridge.
as a spectator. Oh, but a bridge? Bridge where?
Yeah, right in front of us, Grandpa. I thought you said
Oh,
you.
I didn't know
could
you
drive
knew
a
how to
ship.
play.
No, a bridge in front of us, a bridge right there. Oh my God, it's gonna take out the top of the ship.
And as you approach, the
Master.
bridge doesn't open in time, and the entire top half of the boat just begins getting scraped
Oh,
up.
God. Oh, God. I hate that sound.
But it gets out
What
relatively
sound?
fine. And on the other side of the bridge, you see the open water, the open ocean ready. For
And
a
I look
moment,
at Grandpa, and I shove his hand down on the acceleration, so we go forward.
and you take a
Continue,
look
sorry.
at the map. Laying the map out in front of you, you notice that it's a relatively thick map. It's odd. Something about it seems almost like it's different than just a paper map. And as you discover, it's a world map, and on it you see New York, where you've just left.
Grandpa, this is insane. How are the are the dots on the map, or were they on the screen?
The dots were on the screen.
Okay. Grandpa, this is insane. How were they tracking these other people that were, in all other parts of North America, and keeping track of them? They even had us on there. How is that even possible?
Can I roll to know this?
Sure.
What are you talking about?
Give me a
Can
D20.
What should I roll?
D20.
D20. All right. I rolled a 15.
Success. Okay, so perfectly. You take a look at the map, and in your infinite wisdom, you touch it. You just why have to touch it? And you touch it, and she touches it.
You Goldblum it.
You Goldblum it. You do. And what you find is there's something in it feels hard and metallic, and you actually tear open the corner, and out slides a very thin, futuristic-looking screen. It almost looks like a phone of sorts, and the minute it touches the warmth of your hand, it says, "Device activated," and a small screen pops up, and you see
Grandpa.
the face of none other than Mr. Ellington Thurston IV.
Grandpa, my IT friends are never going to believe this. You realize that? Never. They won't believe me.
You have friends, Charles?
Hello there! It's me, Ellington Thurston IV. Is this Charles and Charles?
This is Charles, and this is Charles.
Nice, welcome.
This is Charles Sr. I'm Charles Jr.
Wonderful.
Where's the money? Where's the money?
Now listen. I can't help you that much, but let me just let you in on a little secret.
Oh,
Beyond...
he's gonna let us in on a secret, Charles.
Yes,
I know,
yes,
Grandpa.
I
I heard him.
yes.
All right. Come on.
Sorry,
I'm with it.
Mr.
I'm the one who ponied up the dough, but Garth and I have a second wager. If the team that I pick, randomly pick rather, wins, I have a chance to reclaim my money, which means I have a 1 in 4 chance, as most people at this point have teamed up in teams of 2. That means I am looking at you two to win. Now, most of the other competitors have been smart enough to try to get together, and I think it would be wise if you two joined another 2 players, and that way the 4 of you can try to make your way to the money as quickly as possible. If I win it back, then of course you can get a fair share. But believe me, this is definitely more your speed.
But Mr. Thurston, how are we supposed to find 2 other people that are also searching for this thing?
Well,
I have
luckily,
no means of...
I've cheated. Now, you're on the ocean, which is a very, very good thing to be. If you continue sailing in about, I don't know, very, very long, you'd be on the other side of the continent, which is not a very good thing. What I would suggest doing is turn around and head to my private airport. If you go there, I've convinced the other 2 members to meet you on my private jet. Between the 4 of you, I can fly you directly to the location you need to be, and you can be the first people to win.
Great. Thanks, Mr. Thurston. I guess we'll just check back in with you as soon as we get to your airport.
Well, you're welcome to, but the device that you have is a tracker. All the maps have them. They're also communication devices. So it allows me to speak to you directly, as well as give rules as the game progresses. All I need you to do right now is head to my airport as soon as possible and meet with the other 2 members of the team. When the 4 of you are on the plane, I'll fly you to the destination, and like I said, we can get on top of God. Good luck. And the screen turns off.
Grandpa, this is all so bizarre. I can't get over it. He's cheating now? A billionaire is cheating so that his 2 favorite contestants can win the $9 million, that he can win the bet. Grandpa, wake up! We have to turn this thing around.
What is it?
Will you listen to anything?
Oh, we're going to visit Grandma.
Yeah. And I take the steering wheel and I turn it right around, and I start facing the boat in the direction that the thingy's telling me to. I'm like, oh yeah.
And since
Does this look about right, Grandpa?
You're doing good, Charles. You're doing good.
And since you're only a short distance away, it's easy to turn around and head to the airport. You skim along the coast of New York, and by the time you arrive, only a few hours have passed. You enter the airport, and as you do, you're stopped at the gate by a large man with a bald head. Where the fuck you going?
I didn't realize there was a port at the airport.
What, you think we just fucking let anybody walk in back here? Where you going? What the fuck you want?
Well, maybe we could park this boat over here, and then we need to haul this garbage. We need to haul this garbage.
Why does this garbage go to the airport?
It's a contract. We have garbage.
We're sending it to China.
That's right, and Nigeria. Just China, actually.
China.
Nothing to do with Nigeria. Sir.
Give me a charisma roll. Persuade. A d20, please.
And it is an 8.
No. So unfortunately not enough. He kind of looks at you and says, yeah, no, I don't think no garbage that I know will come on the planes because it just doesn't work that way. Listen, this is a private airport. I don't let anyone in here unless they have credentials or at least a way to prove that they're meant to be on this plane.
I served in 4 different wars for the United States of America. There's the World War I, World War II, the Korean War, and actually, if I go way back,
what about World War III? Did you fight in World War III?
I didn't fight in World War III, but that's when I was getting my cataracts removed.
That's what I thought. So then you didn't really fight in all the world wars, did you? Fine, listen. I'll let you in if you can answer 2 questions for me.
Do you work for Mr. Thurston?
Who directed the 1999 thriller 8mm?
That's simple. Wasn't that...
Hey, I've got an idea.
Roth?
I've got an idea. Hey, and I 1 second. We're gonna make sure we got our answers straight here. And I take Charles aside and I say, "You said you had friends, right?"
Yes, I do have friends, Grandpa.
Can your cell phone connect you with those friends and allow you to ask them a question discreetly, but not talking over the phone? Is there some sort of way that you could send maybe a text to your tech-savvy friends?
Yeah,
a bit of text, like write it.
I could do that.
Okay, I'll distract him, and you see if you can get your answer from your friends, because I don't know diddly squat about 8mm or movies.
Okay, it was Joel Schumacher.
Oh, that was quick. I didn't need to distract him at all.
Yeah, that's right. Fine. Let me ask you this question then. What was Nicolas Cage's best movie?
Con Air.
Grandpa.
Fine, I guess.
Actually,
I
that's
guess,
true.
I guess
He
despite the
works at an
fact,
airport. He's gotta love it.
I guess the fact that despite that I shouldn't let you in because you could have bombs and you could have swords and you could have liquids over 300 milliliters. I guess the fact that you know Nicolas Cage movie is best when it's Con Air, and the fact that Joe Schumacher is the director of 8mm. I guess you can come in.
And he steps aside.
So,
you're downright.
did we get off the boat? Is my question.
Yeah, this was you off the boat trying to get into the airport.
Look after our boat for us.
Can we actually step back and say that we're not? And there's like a boat parking spot.
Yeah, it's a boat guy.
Right there at the private airport.
He's not even an airport guy. He's just a dude who likes Nicolas Cage.
Grandpa, as we're pulling the ship into this port beside the airport, I don't think that guy actually worked here. Namely because the fact that he was just wearing old bummy clothes and he had a big scruffy beard and he wasn't really doing anything other than picking through garbage. It just made me feel like maybe he didn't work there.
You're right, Charles. He was a nice
There's
man.
the plane! And I point and it says Thurston Air on the side of a plane.
Well, it's the name of his company, which, if you recall, is Nagamura Corporation. Yeah,
Nagamura. Some
Right.
Chinese name.
perfect.
I think
So
it's Japanese, Grandpa.
So you get on.
I don't. It's all the same to me. I know I'm a horrible person for saying that, though.
So racist. Like, this is the first old person I ever met that's racist. Every other one is so sweet.
Me too.
You what?
Let's go!
The fuck does that even mean? So you head
Come
to
on,
the
Grandpa!
plane. And as you do, you can hear the engine spooling up. It's and the sort of lift descends, and you see a rather large-looking man sort of lean out and raise an eyebrow, and he sort of nods. And as you enter, you enter a beautiful private plane, and a large, sort of bulky man is staying there. He goes, "Aaron Marcus, actor," and he holds out his hand.
Hi, Aaron. My name is Charles, and this, and I look back and he's not on the plane yet.
Charles.
Oh, here he is.
I'm here now. Charles Sr.
This is my grandfather, Charles.
It's
Nice to meet you, Marcus. I think there was supposed to be another person here.
Yeah, he's in the bathroom right now. We'll get up in the air. But so did he talk to you, huh? And he sits down.
Yeah.
He's like so muscly. He's like it's like tough for him to get into his
Two
spot.
chairs.
Yeah, he's like two chairs. He just squats. He just squats in the chair. So you guys answered the Nigerian email too, huh?
Yeah.
Seemed like guy just was in trouble. I figured we'd help him out.
Yeah, that's exactly my thinking, but it turns out he wasn't a Nigerian.
And the as you're sitting there, the stairs come back in, and the engine fires up, and you begin moving. And you kind of turn, and you see that the cockpit is empty. It's like an automated plane, and this this guy's rich.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look, Grandpa, it's automated. This is the powers of the future. Everything's all artificial intelligence now.
I don't trust it. I read an article the other day in big senior font that said that these things are unpredictable. Sometimes they can't tell when to make a rational decision and when to not make a rational decision. I don't know, something to that effect. They're dangerous.
Well, I mean, what else are we gonna do? We'll get to where we're going because the plans are in the ship, the airplane's
Well,
computer.
just know I'm here reluctantly. I'd rather take the boat. Oh, that was a fine vessel.
It smelled, Grandpa. It was garbagey. This
Did it?
is a Nagamura Enterprises private jet. How could you not like this? Wow, feel the speed. We're taking off now. Holy moly, Grandpa. This is amazing. You know, I don't want to say that I'm excited in the fact that you made and then 5 hours later. And then can you believe it? He answers.
No, as you
fucking
ascend the air, you hear sort of a from the bathroom, and the person obviously is still in the toilet as it takes off. And eventually you sort of level out, and the big guy's going like, "So how do you guys know each other?"
Well, this is my grandpa. So
Alright.
yeah, my dad's dad.
Nice to meet you. So you
Nice
guys,
to meet you too.
you guys knew each other before entering the Nigerian prince scam.
Well, yes, because he's
Yeah.
my grandson. He's my son's.
Well, I mean, me and my
Son.
partner, we just were both in New York. We were both in Los Angeles, and we just ended up going to the same location. We didn't know each other, but we decided to team up.
Oh,
Who's it?
who's your?
Oh,
who's your partner?
yo, Carrie. And the bathroom opens up, and Carrie always leans out, and he's like, "Hello there!" And he walks down the hall. Oh, bit of bumpy ride. And he kind of gets down the
Carrie
chair.
Elwes, Grandpa. That's the actor Carrie Elwes.
Yes, hello. My name is Carrie Elwes. I was in Princess Bride and Saw. Are you
Yeah,
guys...
and men in tights. I
Yes.
recognize you.
Yes,
Oh my
yes.
god! And I pull out my my sticky pad. Can I get your signature, Mr. Elwes?
No, of course. It's Elwes, actually. But that's all right. And he grabs a pen and he sort of reaches out and he sort of dots it on and he writes George.
Oh,
Very good. Now, I'm a bit tired and my tummy's a bit upset, but I think once this plane settles down, and after a moment it sort of settles out. Oh, very good. Aren't you excited? I was living on a friend's couch for months and months and months, my friend Harlan, and ultimately just ruining his life, he says. So I thought, hey, I'll log into his email and I'll answer a few. And this lovely Nigerian prince decided to answer me, all the way in Los Angeles. And I thought, all right, I will, and I did. And this is where I am now. Harlan's going to be so jealous.
wow, Marcus, you must be so happy that you met Mr. Elwes doing this sort of thing. I'm just and Charles is starstruck. He's totally
I actually don't know who Carrie
obsessed.
Elwes is at all. So
You don't.
I don't know who that man is, but he looks like a nice fellow, I suppose.
Grandpa.
Very good. It's all right. I just wanted to let you know that I'm excited to work together. Now, I'm assuming Thurston also contacted you as well.
Yeah.
Yes? Very good. Now, listen. I think the four of us working together would be a jolly good time, if you do say so. Yeah. And you look over, and the bigger guy, what was his name again? Marcus. Yeah, Aaron Marcus.
Hallwinger?
Aaron
Aaron
Marcus is like,
Marcus.
yeah. He kind of looks a little bit more doubtful.
I'm not doubtful at all. Did you guys speak with Mr.
Thurston.
And Whistle?
Thurston and Whistle? No. I did, yes. And then I told Mr. Marcus here. And again, we decided that it would be the best if the four of us ended up teaming up together and working together for, I mean...
Can you do that a couple lines from The Princess Bride, Mr. Elwes?
no, I'm afraid I wouldn't know them off the top of my head, of course. But as you wish.
Any? Oh,
I'm going to take a nap. And Mr. Elwes stands up and he kind of walks back, and you see he's got like a poop stain on his bum as he walks away. and he goes and he walks away and he goes to lie down, and he does, and he falls asleep. And Aaron Marcus sort of looks at you guys like, "You gonna nap too?"
I'm gonna have
Grandpa's he naps so easily. Are you napping too, Mr. Marcus?
I can't nap. My neck, if I do, I won't be able to get back up.
Well, would you like to have a drink with me?
No, you should nap.
I'm just gonna have one drink. I think I'll just have one drink, and then maybe I'll nap. Because there's got to be booze on these private jets somewhere, right?
And there is. You reach down and there's like 16 booze bottles just waiting for you.
So I grab one and I start drinking it.
Perfect.
I'm
And after
just like, I stick my hand out. I'm still sleeping with my whiskey.
And I top it up.
And as you're drinking and sort of relaxing, you start getting a bit tired, and you realize it's going to be a relatively long flight.
And I pass out.
Perfect.
Just cold.
And, yeah, no problem. And as you pass out, the last thing you see is Aaron Marcus pulling out his phone and looking at it and looking at the two of you. The next thing you see, you are woken with a sudden gust of freezing cold air as you see that the cockpit door has been opened. Or the cabin door, I should say, has been opened. Papers are strewn about. Things are flying everywhere, and you both feel a heavy hand slap into your chest as Aaron Marcus pulls you out of your seats and begins walking towards the open cabin door.
It's cold. I don't want to.
Yeah, well, you know
What the hell is going on?
I'll tell you what's going on. Garth Coppercrown offered a better deal.
And he slams you both against the wall on the side of the plane. He says,
You fools, Thurston was only going to keep the money for himself, but Grant said, if Carrie and I win first place, then we get to keep all $9 million because he has plenty of it.
and you see Carrie Elwes is actually on the far wall. He's like taped to it, like with duct tape. He's like, sorry, gents, honestly, I didn't want to betray you, but he's very, very strong. And he takes both of you and says, good luck figuring a way out of this mess. And he tosses the two of you out of the plane. And you're falling, and the wind is whipping snow against your face as the two of you begin falling, and your grandpa's still asleep.
Grandpa!
Oh, Charles, I just had the strangest dream. I dreamt that Marcus fellow threw us out of the plane.
He did!
And you're falling and falling and falling as the winter wind whips through your hair, and with a poof, you land in a deep, soft snowbank. And end up tumbling down, and you land on a tin roof which collapses in, and then you roll into a log cabin and you smash out a window and you lie flat, and then as the weight of the snow falls, you continue down and you fall through 6 layers of treetop and you land with a soft thud at the edge of a cliff, and you roll down it comfortably and you land on a mountain snow.
Wow, Grandpa, I don't think we could have got any. Grandpa, get that fucking piece of paper out of my face, Grandpa.
Oh, sorry, Charles.
Thank you.
I'm a little disoriented after that wee fall that we had. Are you okay, Charles?
Yeah, I am, Grandpa Charles.
But it's very cold.
Me too. I'm fine, but a little chilly in my bathroom.
Other than the fact that I just woke up. I hate being cold when I just woke up. I had a nice blanket on. You know, those airplane blankets were really nice, and it was warm up there, and I got woken up, and now I'm cold. I don't like being cold.
Snap out of him! I slap him across the face, and I say, you need to get a grip, Charles.
You're right. We're going to Nigeria.
Beside men who were covered in mud, and they were cold beyond belief, and their toes fell off because they were so cold, and they weren't able to speak because they were so cold, and they got so cold that some of them even died.
No.
I don't know how to fix it.
And as you're standing there in the cold, you hear, hello, from up above you.
And we both look up slowly, and I'm assuming we should probably roll.
No, just attached to like a parachute, a very weathered looking man with like a scraggly beard. He looks very tired. He's just sort of hanging from the tree. He's like, hello, I didn't want to interrupt you, but hello.
Hello.
Wow. Were you wouldn't have happened been pushed out of a plane, would you?
No, nothing like that. I was doing a routine survey mission in this area, and I jettisoned when my plane blew up. But that was a week ago, and I've soiled myself many times since then.
Oh,
I can smell that, I think.
Yes,
Yeah.
In fact, do not step below me. There is most definitely many pieces and poops down there.
Do you need help getting down from the tree? We can help you. Charles, let's help this man.
Actually, yes, it is exactly what I'm looking for. I'm going French-Spanish a little bit. It's a bit of both. I grew up in Spain, but my parents are French. But yes, I would very much appreciate if you could let me down. In fact, I didn't want to interrupt your conversation, but I am very near death. I'm about to die
of course.
any moment.
Of course. Grandpa.
My arms are so tired, I cannot believe it.
Yes, yes, we will help you down right now.
Charles, let me just go through my bathrobe pockets.
My hearing is completely frozen to my pants.
Do you have something in your pockets, Grandpa? A knife, a ladder?
Harry Potter.
Well, actually, I have the my leg bag. It fell off. It's over there. And he points, and you see there's like a bag sticking out, and there's a rifle in it, and there's a knife, and there's a compass, and there's a map.
What else do I have?
Oh, over here, Grandpa.
Yes,
look.
but
I pull out a very long knife as Grandpa still continues to go through his pockets and finding all sorts of
whiskey.
very good. Again, I'm moments to death. Could you please cut me down, or?
I shimmy up the tree and I climb out onto the branch and I start sawing at the cord and I stop for a moment.
Yes.
And then I say, Grandpa, maybe you could just cover up his pee-pee and poo-poo, because he will fall in it. And I
do not want to land in my own sheet, please.
And I continue to saw.
And I throw something over.
And
I throw some snow over.
And he comes crashing down. And he's wearing sort of like army greens that are like darker now because of the weather. And again, he's got sort of a thin beard and scraggly hair, and his eyes are sunken. And he's like, "Oh my God, I have not put my arms down in a week. It feels so fucking good. Oh, let's just sit here for a moment. Thanks."
We have somewhere to be, and in fact, if you can help us, Mister, if you can help us, we can help you. First of all, we need to get to, hey, and I reach in my pocket and I pull out the communication device, and I open it up, and I kind of shake it a bit because there's no buttons or anything on it. Thurston, Mr. Thurston.
And you see,
tap it.
what's it?
Oh no. Is it broken, you think? Grandpa?
Of course it's broken. Give me that.
Oh.
I'll just stick it in my pocket. Maybe that'll fix it.
Okay. Maybe it's either broken or there's no reception. But we did take a pretty hard landing when we fell out of that plane without a parachute.
In fact, I think I am probably going to die if I do not eat some food in me soon.
I've got some Triscuits.
I'm not a fan.
No, they're roasted garlic flavor.
Oh God, no! Please, anything else?
I don't know.
Sir, what is your name, sir?
My name is Antonio Banderas. Antonio Banderas. I am an actor, actually.
I thought I recognized you.
But a lot of actors. Do
Yes.
they pay actors to do survey runs?
Yes. No,
Planes?
actually, this was training for a role I am upcoming. I am in Expendables 5. And
Wow, congratulations.
I don't know if you know this, but Sly is a very, very dedicated actor. Director. He wants us to really encompass our role. So I try to do at least 16 parachute missions before any role that I take, including Puss in Boots, which is my most famous parachuting role. It gets me in the mindset of a cat to be able to land on my feet.
I have to say, Mr. Banderas, I'm very impressed at your dedication to your acting. But I do also think that this is very dangerous of you. Grandpa, would you mind with the Triscuits?
Charles, I was hungry. I'm 104 years old. I need to eat.
I'm so famished as well. Do you have anything besides Triscuits to eat?
No. I'm
I
sorry.
check my pockets and
Some
I've
leftover coffee.
got a highlighter. A highlighter, Mr.
Yes,
Banderas?
please. I will eat anything. He grabs the highlighter.
Except for the garlic Triscuits.
I don't
No,
think
no, those are the
Highlander
garbage.
tastes better than Triscuits.
And he pulls out like the little like the fabric and starts. In certain situations, you must eat anything to survive. But not Triscuits. But fuck Triscuits. And after a moment, he stands up. Antonio Banderas only needs a little bit of sustenance to be back to his full self, he says, as his pinky hangs dead. He's just like, it just like loosely like just fucking hangs as he's like talking. Now, in all my cases, my agent makes sure to give me, these keys to his snowmobile down the mountain a little bit. Let us head there, and we can get you on your way to wherever you need to go.
Perfect. Let's go, Mr. Banderas. Grandpa, get on my back. I'll carry you down.
No, please. I have not stood in a week, but I will carry Grandpa. Oh.
All right.
Are you implying Antonio Banderas cannot carry Grandpa? He can carry him.
No.
I am not
Mr.
old.
Banderas.
I am not old.
I pull.
Yes, get on my
There's
back. Yes, get
there's a
on my
big
back.
fir tree next to us,
Get
and
on
I
it.
and I pull off 2 long pieces of bark.
Get on my back. Get on
4
my-
long
Yes, that's
pieces
right.
of bark.
Get in
Well,
there. I can
getting
feel
some
you inside me
close
there.
shots
The hair
of-
on your big legs. He's so good. Get on my back now. Get
I
on
hope you're
my
wearing
back.
something under those,
Get
Grandpa.
on my back now. It is good.
Nothing at all.
Yes.
Nothing at all. Okay, Antonio.
All right.
Hi-ho, Silver.
And Antonio Banderas collapses immediately. My legs. Oh God. My legs.
Okay, all right, Antonio, you've failed us.
No,
We're getting a good
I did
view.
not fail anybody. It's
No.
just,
Grandpa's
Antonio, we really have to go and
I am perfectly fine. Listen to me. And you look down. There's like a bone sticking out of his leg. Like it's just fully broken. It's fine. This is nothing. This is nothing. Everything's going to be okay.
Meanwhile, I fashioned skis and a toboggan out of the bark of the trees.
Listen. Here's what I will suggest. Take this snowmobile key here. Take this.
And I've now at this point pushed the toboggan underneath Grandpa and Antonio Banderas, and I've also fashioned a rope out of the bark, and I begin skiing and pulling them behind me down the mountainside. Come on! And they're like very, very good skis.
Oh, they're
and a
fantastic.
very, very good toboggan.
All right, listen. When you get tired, Antonio Banderas will ski in your place. It's
Of course,
okay.
Mr. Banderas. Of course,
will-
you can take over anytime.
But for now, I will just rest. I will just rest with my eyes open. I will just sleep with my eyes open.
I sleep like that sometimes too, Antonio.
And he stopped breathing.
Usually, if I've watched some Matlock before going to bed, I will sleep with my eyes open as we're going down the hill.
And as I ski, we go over like this ledge, and I do.
And Antonio Banderas just like,
And I do like a
sleeper.
I do like a 360. I'm doing like sports moves on the way down the mountain. Everything attached on pieces of bark as skis and a piece of bark as a toboggan, and all these fantastic flips and spins, and eventually we come to the bottom of the mountain, and there's like the snowmobile perfectly parked, and I bring everything to a complete halt.
and you do, and as you do, like
There's a
like,
close up of my face, and I've also got bark made goggles
Yeah.
with
And as you stop,
tiny
Antonio sort of slides off the back like that, like the dead body in White Fang when it goes on the
Yeah.
ice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's like,
Yeah.
and you just kind of like, and he's like, and he just kind of lies there.
Mr. Banderas! Mr. Banderas! Grandpa,
he doesn't say
I think
anything.
he's dead.
You think he's dead? Poke him with
do.
a stick.
But I think we should get going because we're probably by now far in last place. I
Do we
don't
just leave?
$9 million.
Do we leave Antonio Bangalese here?
And you see,
You know what?
He's
Yeah.
like sitting on the ice.
I don't think I can. He seemed like a nice man.
I
We
can
helped
do
him out of that tree. Go get him. Go get him.
I can do this, and
I'm out of breath.
and out of the toboggan and skis and mask, I fashion a big long rope, like a very hardy looking rope.
Yeah, and for
so ridiculously hardy.
It's like a montage, and you like strap your chest full of like bark, and you grab the rope, and you do this kind of stuff, and you breathe, and you take a step on the ice, and Antonio Banderas just goes and falls between it.
Ah,
Did you get him?
No, he's dead. Let's go.
And you just see his head like bob up one last time.
Oh, maybe.
And he's
no.
He's good. He just
No. Antonio Banderas will come back, I'm sure, in a sequel somewhere.
You're a brave
Let's
soldier,
go.
Antonio Bungalese.
And you turn.
I've got the keys.
You turn around a rock, and there, sitting in a beam of sunlight, you see a beautiful two-person snowmobile. And we're going to stop there for the mid-game post. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the mid-game post. Welcome.
Welcome to the mid-game post.
Welcome to the middle of the film.
The post with the most.
First and foremost, if you are watching this live, please go ahead and like the YouTube video. There are 24 people watching and 16 likes on the video. That means somebody's
Also,
being a no-no.
Also, if you're watching, sorry.
For what? Non-stop entertainment?
Non-stop. No, sorry for killing off Antonio Banderas. And for carrying away.
You get it that.
What? That's right.
Oh,
Ladies and gentlemen, I wish. What was I saying? Mid-game post. That's right. It's the point of the game where we stop the action halfway through and we go to the community. If you're talking on Discord, just below the Nigerian Prince email scam, can't believe that was the name of this game. It's gone so off rails. Below it is the mid-game post. I'm going to ask a question, and if you have the right answer, you can post it there, and then we'll roll, and whoever wins gets XP.
Exapa.
What's a telenovela?
Oh, that's like Spanish or.
Oh, that's right.
I know it as Portuguese.
My brother, he killed him.
That type of stuff.
Yeah.
My wife is dead.
What's that called? Soap operas.
Yeah.
Spanish.
There we go. Look,
Right.
it went from 16 likes to jump to 24 in like a second.
Huh? That's exactly what I was saying.
Telenovela. Yeah, there. Okay, the question will be...
Portuguese is telenovelas.
Let's say... So we know that Ellington Thurston IV works for the Nagamura Corporation. What's the name of the corporation that Garth Coppercrown works for? I said
Holy
it once when I
crap.
introduced him. Is that too hard?
I don't know.
Might be too hard. If no one
Well,
knows
there's
it, then we'll go with something else.
There's nothing too hard. Did Paul get it right?
No, not yet. I have a backup, actually. Maybe this one will be easier. How about this?
Johnny Ray's just putting answers out there.
How about this?
4227.
Or if you can name the boat that they got onto. Also, these are all submissions. These are all submissions by the community, by the way. All these random things that I'm having them roll for are all things that you guys have suggested.
So is it the boat? We should decide on that.
Sure, let's do... Well, I don't care. We'll do both, because both might be hard.
Okay, the boat or the corporation for
The
copper.
Boot, a.k.a. Das Boot. Das Booten.
And on the Discord, you're going to have to go to the mid-game post. There's a few people there already.
Yeah, the Midjigabu.
Oh, I see some correct answers. Maybe not. Maybe only one. Maybe not.
If you're is this your first time watching a game? This is a weird one to start with, but you should join the Discord and the Facebook group. I don't know if there's anyone new here tonight. Probably not.
In the Gacefuck group.
In the Gacefuck group. That sounds like an offensive title, but it's not. The
Gace.
It sounds gay. It sounds like
Gacefuck group.
the Gacefuck group.
The Gacefuck group.
The fuck face group.
The fuck face.
No.
Yeah, really though.
Okay.
I mean,
let's do this.
I hope I hope a lot of you have fake accounts like we do,
Yeah.
and that if they're stealing your information, it's a big farce on them because they're just stealing fake info.
Except for Alex's name is annoying because your name on Facebook is Opie1000 or something.
Opie Thusen, that's my name.
Yeah,
that's
but
my legal birth name.
It's annoying because I call you Alex, and I know your name is Alex because you're my fucking brother.
No.
You
call me Alex because you know that's what I go by, but really my name is Opie Thusen. And just like your name is Narla, but you don't want to tell anybody that.
It's not my real name. Stop
No,
giving
right.
misinformation.
It's Narla. It's not Narla. It's Nalra.
It's Nolans, like New Orleans, like New Orleans. All right, we got lots of right answers. None for the company, but all for the boat. So we're just gonna go with boat because that was a much easier answer.
None for the company, but all for the boat.
Two
none
for the
company and all
one
for the boat. What are we gonna
company.
do?
The fuck are you talking about?
We vote?
Okay, so we got Michael and Brianna got it correct. Good 9020. I don't know who that is. Who's Good 9020? Tell me who you is. We got Ray and a Piece. We got Johnny Ray. Paul. We got John. We got Rich. We got Dustin.
Good 9020 said Pearl something.
Ooh, Prince Billiam did get the right answer.
Hold on. Back it up here. We've got Miss Deadly, beep, Paul,
beep. We got the real Hefe.
Jeff.
Oh, that is either.
The real Hefe. Tendo is correct. But I'm sorry, Good 9020 was not correct. That's something. He did not answer.
I got a feeling. Yeah, that's right. That's not right.
A feeling deep
Alex,
inside.
why don't you...
Chimer Tor.
Okay, just tell me what to roll, because I'm always the one that has to totally... You do
2,
it. You just tell me
3,
what to roll.
4.
Let me be
5,
distracted.
6, 7.
Welcome,
8.
Tendo 100 and Good 9020. You guys are new. You just joined. What's your real name?
Welcome.
Okay. This is what we're doing.
To the world of
1,
tomorrow.
2, 3, 4, 5,
6,
7.
B, 12,
8.
98, 32.
You're rolling
5.
a D8. Is there a D8?
First, figure out my reference.
Home Alone.
Yeah. Buzz, shut up.
I actually, you want to hear something funny? I heard that on the radio on the way to work. There was a politician who was like, 1, B, C.
Yeah.
It wasn't the very...
It's A, 2, and D. That's what he does in the movie. A.
Okay, do we have a D8?
Yeah, I just rolled it. It was a 1.
You got 1? Then that goes to Michael and Brianna.
Michael and Brianna. Winners.
Miguel and Brianna.
Baby, your camera's not working. Is that by purpose?
Miguel and Brianna.
That's my purpose. This is how I'm going to play the rest of the game. It's it's minimalistic. People can use their imaginations to imagine what is on my face. Like, what is my facial expression, right?
Yeah,
No eyes,
same
no
here.
mouth.
And I like how it kind of does that blue, 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 blue.
Yeah.
Blue,
yeah.
blue, 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 blue,
Blue, blue, blue. I'm...
Welcome to the Invictus stream.
Ba
We're just
ba 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 baran. Ba 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 baran. Ba. That's too much delay. But in real life we could do it. Like pretty much. Like 50%.
pretty badly.
Like 2% we could probably do it. Welcome.
Game post.
I want to say
Justin,
welcome
you
to...
look like the Iron Man,
we
but
already
you're
got
the...
10,000. Never mind.
Wow, 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 wow.
Side note. Whoa. Side note, great. I gotta say, I have definitely underappreciated in the past War Pigs how fucking good that song is. Because it is a good song.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
It is a good song.
It's always good, right? But then you hear it in like a good and you're like, fuck, that's good. Like, it's just so fucking. Makes you want to tear off your clothes and run around the night naked.
It's interesting you mentioned the context, because you hear that on the radio and you're kind of like, okay, I've heard this
you're
song
watching like a
before.
movie.
Classic rock. Yeah, in a movie like where like something really badass is happening, it just
honestly, you know what sold me on it? The Game of Thrones cut up. Have you seen that?
I thought you were going to say the cake version.
That's okay too, but no, there's a fucking awesome mashup, and it's spoilers if anyone hasn't seen Game of Thrones, so I won't play it.
I
But,
haven't.
What seasons?
it's 1 to 4, I think. Oh, sorry, up to 6-9.
Oh,
I've just posted.
okay.
It's up to season 6-9, but holy fuck, like when it's like generals gathered in their masses, it's like the fucking fields of like people and like, oh, and then like the witches at black masses. There's like a shot of like blood, and it's fucking so good. Honestly, it is frisson inducing. And if you don't know what frisson is, you should Google it. It's that feeling you get. It's yeah, it's sort of like ASMR or whatever. It's like it's the little chill at the back of your, when you hear like a really good music or you have a really good feeling, you sort of get that like, oh my god, like that sort of chill that like just comes over you. This video fucking does it for me. It's really good, especially for a show that's good, but like, oh, it is good. Is he watching it now? Oh, Alex reaction video, Alex orgasm video.
Oh, I've already stopped it.
Oh, it's good though, right?
Is he watching?
Just
Is he watching
No,
porn or this?
I was just listening to war pigs. I wasn't even
watching it.
You never watched Game of Thrones, Alex?
No.
I got
seen
4
like 2
seasons
episodes.
in.
You'd like it.
I got 4 seasons into Game of Thrones, and I love the show, but I find it extremely stressful to motivate myself to watch an episode.
I remember you saying that you get really stressed out with it.
I get really stressed out because I know people are gonna die. I know, like I read book 3 and then season 4, like I knew what was gonna happen, and I was like, no, I don't want it to happen.
Game
Let's
of
just not
Thrones,
let it happen.
yeah, that fucking Game of Thrones to me is like every time I watch it, I get to a point like
Overrated.
No, but here's the fucking thing, because
What?
that's sort of me too. We haven't seen it. You don't know what you're talking.
I know a lot.
By
I've
the time I
seen a
finished
bunch of
season
shit.
4, yeah, but I was like, when I got off it, I was like, you know what? The hype's whatever. I was kind of like convinced. I was like, yeah, you know what? It's not that good. And then I fucking got back into it, and there was literally an episode where I was like, fuck, I forgot how good the show is. Because that, have you seen Up to Date, Justin?
No,
Whatever.
I
There's an
haven't.
episode
I've
called-
watched up to season 4 too.
There's an episode called Battle of the Bastards, and I think in season 5, and I remember just being like, oh my fucking god, this show is so good. I was like, god damn it. Like, I was angry because I want to dislike it at times because it's so popular.
Yeah.
But, and there are definitely like lame storylines, don't get me wrong, it's not a perfect show, but there are overwhelming moments of like just when it lines up with the characters and the fucking dialogue, like War Pigs or whatever, you know what I mean, where you get that sense of like, fuck, you know, when some bad fucking guy for like 5 seasons gets his just eviscerated, and they do it in such brutality, you're like, that's so good. It's
like
it does
it's like generals gathered in their masses.
no, but I'm saying, like, you know, in a movie,
just like witches at black masses.
you know, Alex, that feeling when the bad guy really gets it. You know that feeling you love, when you're
Evil
like,
man that plots
Like
destruction.
emotionally satisfying.
right? Like, think of a movie that you've seen, Alex, that where the bad guy gets it, and you're like, fuck, that feels good,
Destruction.
The Rascals.
Yeah.
right? You know that.
In the fields, the body's
distracted.
burning.
No, he's done. We lost him. He's trying to have a dialogue here. And he's
In
done.
the fields, the body's
This
burning.
episode is brought to you by
Alex singing off key. My point
As
is,
the war machine keeps turning.
muted. My point is, just to end it really quickly, is just that feeling in a movie that you get when the bad guy gets it is very satisfying. When it's elongated over like hours of show, it's that much more satisfying because they have so many more opportunities to make him really hated. That's why I think it's a very, very good show. That's part of it, at least. Okay, Alex, I'll unmute you now because you're so sad. Oh, I can't. You're muted for the rest of the game. He's just gonna keep clapping until.
All right, folks.
All right, ladies and
Back
gentlemen,
into the game.
without further ado, what are we playing? Where did we stop?
Nigerian
Well, I got this funny
email
email.
scam scheme.
Oh, that's
I
right.
got this email halfway through the
Where?
game.
But did they actually get it?
Oh my god.
Oh, welcome to Raya In too, by the way.
Raya in.
Ria In. Hello, Ria In
Rian.
from the Discord channel. Rian. You tell us how to say your name. We'll welcome you. Brazers. All right. Without further ado, Nigerian Prince scam email the RPG. You mount the snowmobile and tail off down the snowy slopes of an unknown location as Grandpa is still sleeping at your back.
That's the sound of the snow wheel.
After a short travel down the side of the mountain, you notice that the snow begins to stop and you start coming across gravelly terrain and then eventually a forested terrain and then eventually you come down to a more arid plain and to the point where the snowmobile is no longer functioning and it stops next to a large empty field.
What the hell? Why do they even call this thing a machine? I get off of it and it's like steaming and smoking and then I look under at the tread and it's all just like chewed up because it's been driving on gravel and dirt for the past 3 hours. What a piece of shit. Grandpa, we sure did. And
good job, Charles.
You know, I wish they'd make things the way they used to. And I looked down at this snowmobile that's in like the middle of a desert and it's all, the skis are all worn out and shit.
They don't make them like they used to. Remember the Ford Pinto? How was it?
Hey, and as you stand next to the dry sort of tundra area, you do see that before you is a large desert, billowing hills. And you look down at the map and you realize that he told you, Thurston did, that it was on the opposite side of the world. And following along that same map, it's dead ahead deep into the desert that you must travel.
Well, just Grandpa, you know, just like Survivor Man did, I start to scalp the snowmobile for pieces of that are helpful. You know, pieces of string, scrap, piece of leather, something I can
gotta be some kind of emergency kit in it too.
I siphon the gas out.
Perfect.
And drink a little bit.
Nice.
And put it in my I put it in Grandpa's flask.
Perfect. There's a song about that. Put your gasoline in Grandpa's flask. Probably.
It's a good song.
It's a fucked up song. It's about getting Grandpa fucked up.
Pour your gas inside of Grandpa's flask.
And you, so you scavenge it for parts. You got everything that you need. And the desert, it's just the setting sun now. It seems to be dark in a few minutes. And, walking through the desert at night is always a better bet because the sun is hot. I don't know if you knew this.
But Grandpa.
Explain.
We have to be careful.
Yes, we do.
The sun during the day is extremely hot. But the winter, you've seen the BBC Planet Earth episodes. During the winter time, it gets nighttime, not wintertime. Yes. It gets extremely cold at night.
I saw that on a show that they showed back when I was in my 60s called the Magic School Bus. They had an episode about that.
Magic School Bus?
Magic School Bus. And I think that it's not true. It was a cartoon, and things that cartoons say aren't true. So why don't we just keep walking? And we'll get the $9 million and we can pay for Grandma's nursing home bills.
But a lot of things are seemingly untrue. The fact that, we answered an email that I thought was spam, and it wasn't. The fact that we got pushed out of the plane and landed okay, it seems absurd. In fact, I bet you, Grandpa, if we used enough of our own saliva and enough of this sand, this cold, dry nighttime sand, we might be able to build perhaps a tandem bicycle and bicycle across the desert sand at night. What do you think?
That is a spectacular idea. When I was in the Korean War, we were stuck behind enemy lines and we had to come up with an escape route and plan, but we didn't have any vehicles. So our great private named Ernest Ed came up with the idea of using mud to create a 3-wheel motorcycle caddy combination. And we rode that out of North Korea like it was the Dickens.
And while Grandpa's telling this story,
You realize he never was in North Korea at all.
I rolled a 19 and managed to build a bicycle out of spit and sand.
No, hold on. That's not how this works. No, you didn't.
Come on.
You feel convinced that you can build a bicycle out of sand and spit, and you bend over confident, and Grandpa patters on, and you waste 4 hours, and you end up with a pile of sand that looks amorphous and depressing.
Where's Ernest Edwin?
All right, Grandpa. I guess we can't do this. I guess nothing.
You're not a god.
Really possible.
You're not. Hold on. You're not a god. You can't build a bicycle.
Can I just talk to Ada for a second? I was using my imagination.
It's not that kind of game.
Have fun with this.
No.
But I guess since Harlan is the GM, I'm just kidding.
Why not just be like, I will transport myself to the other side of the world? No.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
No,
Well,
but
I say we take the 2-foot express.
Hold on, but it's important. I was going to say it's important to play up that you think that you did it.
But delusionally, I'm sitting on this pile of sand. I'm like, come on, and I'm like pushing my feet into the sand. Like, come on, we can get there. And I'm just looking straight ahead, like. And Grandpa,
and you're like, you're so red, and you're like so dehydrated because you haven't had water in like 24 hours, and
I'm
like,
spitting in the sand constantly.
Yeah,
Charles!
You're so fucked up.
Charles!
Grandpa,
Snap out of it! I slap him again. Drink some whiskey.
You're right. You're right.
We can't ride sand.
It's all.
I have something to tell you.
The $9 million is real. The sand is not. Right.
But I was never in the Korean War. I lied about that.
You mean you've only been in 3 wars, Grandpa?
I know it's such a small number, but I wanted to impress you. And now that North Korea is our biggest ally in the States, I think that, well, I thought that it would impress you that I had something to do with that, but I didn't. Anyway, let's go.
Grandpa,
we start walking.
And I walk up to Grandpa. Grandpa, I respect you even if you didn't fight in any wars. You're the man that I aspire to be. Because the Charles and these families always become the greatest Charles.
Except your father. He's a tool.
Yes, he is really a disappointment. Why did you ever name him Leonard?
Well, Leonard Charles. I couldn't quite get away with it.
He earned 2 Grammys and 1 Oscar. Big fucking whoop.
Give me a hug, Grandpa. Charlie. It'll keep me warm.
Come on, Grandpa. And I hug him, and we begin walking. But we really should make good time because my bicycle didn't work out, and I look back at this pile of dirt. It's like the Ren and Stimpy art. It's got hair in it.
It's like really, it's like a fly. Like it's really close up, and there's like a fly.
My bicycle didn't work, and you can see my hair in it. It's obvious.
Yeah. And you begin walking out into the desert. You make a fair distance in the desert, so far that you don't see the tree line that you left behind. And eventually you begin getting tired. You drag yourselves along, leaving elongated footmarks. Grandpa's still in his bathrobe. You in whatever clothes you're wearing. And eventually you arrive, and the distance, as the sun begins to rise, you feel like you can see a figure walking in the same direction as you. A bunch of towels around his head, his top completely naked, and him wearing underwear only. And give me a roll.
Go for it.
I'll roll it. Here we go. I rolled a 13.
You notice that in his underwear is a tiny brown stain.
Hey, Charles!
Where is it?
Where's that man from
He's
the
got
plane?
a poop stain.
But where? I'm sorry. Where do we see this person?
In his butt.
The plane, Charles, the plane, the man with who you liked. The man who said the thing and I fell asleep.
Where did we see this person?
He's walking.
I missed it.
Ahead of you.
Oh, okay. What? Grandpa, you're right. That's Carrie Elwes.
That's Carrie Dalbis.
With the poop stain. The poop stain, Carrie Elwes. Maybe he won't answer to that. Carrie Elwes.
And he spins around and he says, "Friends!" And he begins running towards you. As he does, you see the poop in his butt. No, that's too juvenile. And he continues running towards you and he says, "Hello! I was thrown from the plane as well." And he turns and you see like his entire side is like dried blood from like falling flat.
He didn't have a nice landing like we did.
No, I didn't. He's like, "I landed on the edge of a great chasm and it almost killed me. It was dreadfully terrible. But when when that other guy, Aaron Marcus, when he realized that he could keep the entire money himself, he threw me right from the plane. It was absolutely terrible. But now we're friends, and we agree that we'll be working together, right?" And again, his like bones are sticking out of his broken hand.
Yes, Carrie. I just want you to know one thing.
That the 9 million will be split between us if we get it first. I don't think we need to involve Thurston in any way.
Well, here's the thing, Carrie. Of course you can come with us, and we'll get you to safety, but I think it will only be Grandpa and I that share the 9 million.
Well, it's all right. I was paid 9 million for Princess Bride, so I have plenty of it left over. I've done work.
Oh, good.
People still rent DVDs, right? Maybe I can get a job at Blockbuster. And he continues walking forward.
Let's go towards I have a map. And I pull out the map.
Yeah, and after a bit of map looking, you realize you are headed in the right direction. And you begin walking, and after a short time, Carrie perks up and he says, "Did I ever tell you about the time that I was lost in the Nevada desert and Elijah Wood picked me up? It was the scariest 2 months of my life."
Don't say Elijah Wood.
He's absolutely breathtakingly evil. Do not, in any way, shape, or form, talk to or do not fuck with Elijah Wood. Let me just tell you that. He gets real serious for a second. Please.
I've heard of Elijah Wood.
You have, Grandpa?
He was fundamental to the German forces in World War II, from what I understand.
I think you're thinking of a different Elijah Wood, Grandpa.
No, he's right. Elijah Wood is ageless. He's fought in every major war and he's acted in every major movie. Even the movies you don't think he's been in, like 12 Years a Slave, he was in. He was. He
was swaying with the cotton. He was swaying, just eyes open wide. Like
he was just there. He's in all things. Elijah Wood is of all things.
Well, he couldn't have been in everything. Like Harry Potter. He couldn't have been in Harry Potter.
Listen, one time in San Diego, Comic-Con, I saw Elijah Wood devour a creature with his mouth. A creature that was from another world.
Grandpa, I'm part of this YouTube stream, and they were telling us about that. Do you know YouTube?
This has gotten awfully meta. All I'm saying is,
I remember there was this YouTube stream of these guys that do this online thing.
Listen, it doesn't matter. My point is that we need to continue pressing forward because for whatever reason, if we stop, we'll probably die. And also, I'm dying of thirst. And both of you, for the first moment, realize, yeah, you're fucking dying of thirst. Like you're really, really fucking thirsty.
We should go get something to drink.
Look there.
No, you drop to your knees and continue heading forward. Well, yes, mirage it if you want.
Right there. There's a hotel in front of us, Grandpa. Look, Grandpa. Come on, Grandpa.
That's Carrie Elwes, Charles.
And he dissolves into the air.
Charles does?
No, it's Carrie Elwes.
No, he's still there.
He must be a mirage, and I touch his face, and it's really there. And I'm like, oh no, it is Carrie Elwes.
And you just you just paw on his face. He's like, no, I'm still here, friend. It's all right. Carrie Elwes is here.
But
And-
there,
Yeah, you continue on and
that
you see,
hotel.
as you approach
And
it,
I
you
see
see
a
it
large
fade
hotel
into the
sticking up
distance.
from the sand.
It just fades.
Yeah.
It's not there. Stop trying to add a hotel. There's no hotel.
No, I was going with Mirage.
It's
Okay.
okay.
Well, you tried to build
It's
a bike
okay,
with
Charles.
sand. I need to make sure.
Oh yeah, good. Fair enough. Fair enough. You don't know what I'm trying to do these days.
All right. You continue on as the sun reaches the highest point, and at this point, the three of you are sort of clawing along the desert, trying to wet your whistles with the last bit of urine from each other's penises, and you crawl over a mound and roll down, and as you do, about ready to give your last breath, you hear the roar of an engine, and then another.
You can't. But that can't be, Grandpa. Does that sound like a?
Hard.
And then the roar of engines fill the air as you see buggies of different kinds roaring into the scene, pouring over the hills, running through. You see this line, it's motorcade of crazy people on the backs of these machines and screaming into the air. You see fire being burst up into them as they are singing and running around.
Oh, what the? I've never seen that man standing on the truck with a guitar.
And they see you, and they come circling, and they begin circling around you, bringing dust up as each of you come, and
Do you have water? Do you have water? Do you have water?
then eventually they come to a slow crawl, and they stop.
Do any of you find people have water? Please, my grandfather, he's dying. And I look over at Grandpa.
A large man steps down off the front of one of the carts,
You! And I approach him.
and he's an old grizzled man with a beard, and he sort of looks at you and says, "What are you doing here?"
What? What? Did you say?
I don't understand him.
What brings the three of you out here?
Would
Why are you in the middle of the desert? And he
I-
walks towards you.
Are we in Africa or Australia?
What do you mean? Where are you? And the uproarious laugh comes from all the other carts. Whoa, 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 whoa. You don't even know where you are. You're real lost, aren't you?
Well, no, and I explain how we started to fall from a
I don't
plane.
fucking care, he says, and he cuts you off. You said you want water? Walk in the desert without water? And they all start laughing.
But it's
Yes, we would like some water, please.
Oh, really?
Sir.
And he bends down and he grabs Carrie Ellis and pulls him. He says, hello. What's this pansy doing? And he tosses him towards the other people, and they grab Carrie Ellis and jolly good, thank you. Very, very nice. What's that pansy down there?
No, don't hurt him.
He's our property now, you hear?
Actor.
No,
Okay.
it doesn't. Oh, he's an actor, is he? I'm a fucking actor. I used to
You're
be an actor. Yeah.
What movies were you in? What
Well,
TV shows?
I was in like 15. Name's Hugh Jackman. I was Wolverine. Do you remember Wolverine? Yeah, that's right.
No.
And you realize for the
I
first
don't
time this is Hugh Jackman, and he's a little bit higher voice because I can't keep Australian low for some reason. He says, "That's right. So listen here. If you want to live, if you want your water, we'll do it the Australian way." And he turns around to the other people there, and you hear, he says, let's talk to this. And he walks over, he punches Carrie Owens in the gut. Oh, thank you, very good. And he climbs into the back, and he bends down, and he comes out with a jug of water, and he says, "Oh, this water here, see this?" And he starts pouring it, and you see it trickle in the sunlight. "This is water, real Australian water, and I'm going to give it to you two.
Oh, thank
You-
you, Mr.
If-
Jackman.
You can beat us at our own game." And he puts it back in the back, and he says, "Rob Tug." And there's a little round goes, "Rob Tug, give him your ride." Okay. And he reaches in and he pulls out a set of keys and he tosses them towards you two. And
I instinctively catch them out of the air.
perfect. He's like, "In Australia, we breathe fuel, drive across these deserts all day long. A little bit of a holiday, really. It's quite nice between filming. Although I'm not doing Wolverine anymore. Did you happen to see the last picture? It was real nice. Anyway.
I did. It was extra violent. I liked it. But Mr. Jackman.
No questions. Here's how it's going to go. I'm going to get in my car here. You're going to get in that car there. We're going to line up at the start line. And the first person to make it to the finish line, he's going to win. Oh! And you hear uproarious laughter and like clapping and all this kind of shit.
Grandpa, do you want to come with me?
Up two, I'll do it.
Of course he's going to come with you. Every car needs 2 people. I'm going to keep Kerry Elwes in mine. And he takes him and he straps him to the front. Jolly good. It's all right. I quite like it up here. Beautiful view. Hopefully not too many bugs. Oh, there's a bug. And you take one of you two. Strap him to the front of your car. That's how we race in Australia.
Come on, Grandpa. Get on the front of the car.
You don't need to get on the front of the car. Do you know how to drive a stick shift?
Yes, of course, Grandpa. I do.
Okay, all right. I'll get on the front of the car, but no funny business. I'm trusting you with my new dentures.
Of course. Yeah, of course. So I get in the car.
So
I don't know where I was going with this.
So grandpa,
Somebody
you get
said musical. So
grandpa, you get strapped on the front.
Strapped on the front of the car. Now, careful with that strap, not too tight around the waist. I've done this before. It's not the first time. We raced like this in World War II.
Yeah, so grandpa, you're like strapped to the front. Your arms are free, and Kerry Elwes is like at the front with like a mask on. And,
all right, Grandpa.
Those bark goggles.
And you
With a
Jackman
mask
sort
on,
of-
like is this Mad Max?
Yeah, it's Australia. That's how they live.
Grandpa, this is what we're gonna do. And I whisper in his ear as we go. This is what we're gonna do. You're gonna guide me. Turn left. Your head left. Turn left. And your head right to turn right. Okay, Grandpa? Okay, bye.
And Hugh Jackman gets
Get
in
in
his
the car.
car and he sort of rubs up to the starting line and he goes, "One day more, another day, another destiny." As he starts getting really excited.
One more day.
And when the song ends in its final crescendo, "One day more," you hear a gunfire and red smoke kind of fills the air. And he slams on the gas and peels off in front of you.
And I do too.
Give me a roll.
First and second.
Give me a roll. Give me a roll. Give me a roll. Okay, so he takes off before you. He peels off towards the curb, and you start racing through the sandy desktop. You just start racing through the sand. Sand clouds are peeling up behind you as you see Hugh Jackman sort of looking at you, and he's like, "Fucking I." And he comes over and he sort of cuts you off a little bit, and you start kind of like running alongside each other, and then a storm begins brewing on the horizon, and you see this wall of sand begin coming into you. And Hugh Jackman looks over at you and looks at your grandfather, and he says, "Didn't I mention you got to keep the man on the front alive?" And he turns into the sandstorm, and he says, "Let's see if your old man can take it." And he runs into the sandstorm as little flecks of glass hit Kerry Elwes. And he's like, jolly good, very good, as you wish." And what do you guys do?
Well, sorry. When you said into the desktop, I suddenly got this image in my head. I was like, "Oh, the Microsoft desktop."
Probably subconsciously what I was thinking as well. Into the desktop.
Into the desktop.
That's great.
Pretty much.
Sorry. What do we do?
Yeah.
Grandpa, right or left? And I'm watching, and as I'm going, so I turn left.
Justin, give me a roll to see if you can withstand the high pressure winds of whatever this is.
Do I get a bonus because I'm asleep?
Yeah, for sure.
His
So yeah, you're
batteries.
fine.
I'll roll advantage.
He should get an advantage because leather.
Yeah.
He should get 2 advantages because
No,
his
just
leather
one.
is skinny.
But he's fine either way. You don't feel it too bad. You kind of keep sleeping. And Alex, give me another racing roll, driving roll.
Oh, a 1.
Ooh, so you turn into the sand, but you kind of hit a little whoop whoop, and you kind of land and spin out, and you see him peel off ahead of you. Oh no! But he gets a 1 too, And as he kind of spins out, he gets cocky, and he actually, tortoise in the hairstyle, stops. He's like, vroom. And Hugh Jackman, keeping the engine running, stands up and goes, "What? You don't know how to do things in Australia? Fucking A!" And he gets down, and his motor cuts out. Oh no! And it gives you an advantage.
It.
Yeah, give me another roll. Give me another roll. Quick, quick, quick.
I am right up there, and I start the engine.
Oh, a natural 20.
And I zip by him.
And Hugh Jackman's like,
third, fourth, fifth.
whoa. And
I'm now in top gear. I'm in fifth gear, and I am flat out flatlining. My foot is to the metal.
Yeah. And you are peeling off through it, and he catches up, but he's still far behind you, and you can see he's getting excited. He gets angry, and you know Hugh Jackman, he cheats. So he grabs his flare gun and starts firing it at you, and Grandpa, it spins right past your head, lighting just a little bit of your hair on fire, and you still stay asleep.
He's sleeping still. Grandpa! And I kind of jiggle the car a little bit.
And he gets up next to you, and Hugh Jackman gets up next to you, and Carrie Elwes is like, hello, Charles Senior. How are you doing? Are you having a good time as well? I'm having a bloody good time.
I'm good. Look out, Charles!
And Charles, ahead of you is a lone tree standing in the middle of the sandstorm.
In the middle of a fucking desert. So I swerve.
And you swerve. Give me a roll.
I swerve, and I got a 2.
Oh no! And
my back wheel hits it.
Hugh Jackman,
and I go bunk.
And you spin around. But what happens is you guys get interlocked, and you're going along, and then as the sandstorm clears, you realize that you're sort of on the edge of a cliff, which is
wait a minute.
Might as well
It sounds a lot like Star Wars.
Doesn't matter. You're sitting there and you're stuck together, and the two of you are like revving engines and sort of like going on an angle, fighting each other. And Hugh Jackman's looking over. He's like, "Oh, I'm not gonna lose again. I'm not gonna lose. I lost to Olivia Newton-John. I'm not losing again." And he continues driving. And as you get to the edge, your body, your cage swings off the edge, but because you're hooked, he's still hanging on, and you guys are like teetering on the edge of a fucking cliff. Give me one more roll.
And I start fiddling with the controls. There's like buttons and switches, and I'm like, "It's working! It's working!"
And then pod racing style, it goes, and you like get up over the edge, and you disconnect, and you go over him, and you like are over him. And he's like, "What? No!" And he gets like sand in his face. He's like, "Ah, not my looks. It's all I have." And you peel off, and you see the finish line just just ahead of you.
And then I look down in front of me, and I see I've got a flare gun too.
Yeah.
And just to make matters even better, I fire the flare gun back behind me. Oops, I accidentally rolled a D100 with this, but only the D20 will count. A 7.
And it hits Carrie Elwes, and his shirt burns. And he's like, "Oh no, oh God, not very good." And he continues. He continues driving, and you peel through the finish line as red smoke fills the air, and your engine revs down, and Grandpa wakes up from a nap.
Grandpa, that was amazing. Wasn't that amazing? Didn't you see my driving? Weren't you impressed?
Why am I tied to the front of this car, Charles? You've got a lot of explaining to do.
Oh, Grandpa. Wait for it.
No. There we go.
Oh, Grandpa.
And as your engine cools down, that little ticking of the engine stops, and Hugh Jackman peels in through finish, and he screeches to a stop, and he throws off his helmet and jumps out of the cart and begins stomping over to you, and he says, "Yo!" And he walks over to you, and he grabs you by the scruff of your neck, and he says, "Oh, one hell of a driver." And he slaps your hand, and a roarous applause happens, and everyone starts screaming and laughing. He's like, "Give this man some water!" And they hand you a cup of Dixie cup-sized water.
And they hand you a cup of water.
"You're gonna race me again if you want any more." And he gives you a little bit of that. And over the next few hours,
Grandpa, and
you drink water and you eat, and
there's
massive
a montage,
bonfire
there's
happens.
a bonfire.
Yeah, and you're all sitting around the bonfire. They've set up their camps. They've set up their cars. And what you realized is this is a LARPing group headed by Hugh Jackman, who's a big fan of Mad Max films. And what they do is they rent an area of the desert to sort of have like a Burning Man / sort of Mad Maxian sort
And
of.
as we're sitting there, I'm sitting beside Hugh Jackman, and off in the distance, there's guys going fireball, fireball, lightning strike, lightning strike.
+2 defense, +2 defense.
Not
I don't know
that
why I'm
there's
making fun of
anything
them.
wrong
That's
with
us.
that, because you know
It's
what?
what we do. It's not,
LARPing is awesome.
yeah. Literally, I did it this weekend.
But yeah, but there's Hugh Jackman and I sitting next to the fire. You know, Hugh, we could really use a guy like you, back home. You know, to help us, and even in this situation, to help us get to this Nigerian prince. You wouldn't believe. You know, we're looking for a train station of all things, and it should be somewhere around here.
Somewhere.
I have no
here.
idea.
Now,
I
you
look
know
over
we
at
need-
Grandpa, and there's like women dancing around him.
That's right, ladies. That's right. Oh, one at a time. One at a time.
Maybe I can get it up.
Do you even know where you're going? He asks. Did you ever try to look?
The thing is, and I pull out a map and I say, the thing is, it should be around here somewhere. It's very close because it says it's right here in the middle of the desert, but we haven't come across it yet. It's the most obscure thing in the world. It's almost as if it's invisible.
Invisible, eh? Oh, I don't think he's invisible. I think you're looking up the wrong gully hole, if you ask me.
What do you mean? And I
Wait.
turn the map to him.
Whereabouts did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from? Cotton Eye Joe. That's a little bit of a joke. Where did you come from? Where did you start?
We started in New York, but you see, we were thrown out of a plane. And here's the biggest question I have, is we landed in a mountainous region, and then all of a sudden, by walking, we ended up in Australia. But there's no mountainous regions in Australia.
Oh, you're not in Australia. Who told you was Australia?
Well, I assume because you are Australian, and you said here down in Australia we have these types of races.
You know what they say when they say... Excuse me, the desert gives me
God
terrible
bless
sneezes.
you, Mr. Jackman.
Yeah, please, call me Huge. Ackman. No, I'd say you're looking for the other side of the world. Well, did you try looking at where you started from and looking at the other side of the world? And he takes the map from you and he rolls it into like a Mobius strip, sort of like a circle almost or whatever. And he takes a pen and he pokes it through where you started. And he unravels it and he goes, that looks like that's your destination right there. And he pokes, and you see that it is in Turkey.
Oh, fuck!
No, you're good, because I think you might be mistaken. You're not in Australia. We rented, this is one of the deserts of Syria. You're just a little bit south of it. You just need to go north. You must have landed somewhere in Jordan, I guess, or where the mountains of Georgia.
Somewhere where the
Let's not worry too much about it. Holland didn't
mountains.
do that much research. Let's just say, but don't you worry, because there's a jungle between here and there.
sorry to call you on it, Mr.
Jackman. It's you, Jackman.
Listen.
All right, so we gotta go north through
Listen,
this country. And
Charles
get to that
Senior,
other
listen to
country.
me. Here's what I'd suggest. There's a beautiful jungle. There's a beautiful jungle between here and your destination. I say, you help me out. You beat me. I'll let you use my riverboat. Tomorrow morning, I'll take you down to the edge of the jungle river. If you follow that jungle river down to its end, you head through that jungle. On the other side of there, you'll find the Turkish train station that you're looking for. Why is there jungle in Turkey? Because turkeys love a wild jungle.
Yes, and global warming.
Right,
Just
global warming.
anything
That's pretty much
for the past 20 years.
that's the reason. Lack of geography. It's a game, Paul Bernard. It's a game. I could easily do real destinations, but it's not as fun, is it? I want to be wacky, and I want a jungle. So you know
Who
what?
are you talking to? Who are you talking to?
Hugh Jackman's talking. I'm talking to my angel.
He's talking.
My agent, Paul Bernhardt. He's in my little ear. He says, Paul, geography doesn't matter, mate. It's all right. Let's just have some fun, eh?
But there's no jungles. But all right. I mean,
there is a
I
jungle.
guess.
Don't worry.
And I
Hakuna
look,
Matata.
and I look to my left,
There's
and just
jungle.
beyond the light of the fire, there's a jungle. Like a
No,
really
no,
deep,
you gotta go
dense
down.
jungle.
You got to go down the thing. You got to go. Listen, like I said to your papa here, I'll take you down to the river. You take my riverboat down to the edge of the jungle. You go through the jungle, and on the other side is the train station in Turkey.
Well, the sun's coming up right now. Why don't we do this? Might as well get moving. I've got to poop.
All right, Grandpa.
If you got to poop,
tell
poop
you,
in the
Mr.
poop bucket. We got
I'll
a
tell you,
whole poop
Mr.
bucket.
Ackman.
I won't go in a poop bucket. I need a toilet.
I'll tell you, Mr. Ackman, when he has to poop, you don't even want to be outdoors near him. Not even when there's a strong breeze.
Well, I'm Australian. You got to know that's real different. We everything in Australia kills you. Our poop is like second nature. Everyone poops on everyone in Australia. God, this is real bashing Australians. We love Australians, by the way.
Let's just go. Let's just go.
I don't know why this guy's so
Let's
off.
just go. We should go. Let's just go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Take the
All
river
right,
boat across
you
the
head that way, and the
we'll
boat will be
go.
waiting for you. And remember, if you have
we'll-
diarrhea, enjoy,
Enjoy it.
Enjoy it.
Enjoy the looseness.
enjoy while
Enjoy
you
the
can.
moment. Live in the moment.
A loosey stool is better than a thicky pool.
Oh, tell me about it.
No,
I'm
no.
so
a
sorry.
loosey.
side
Listen,
note-
it's better this way. A loosey pool is better than a thicky stool. A sticky stool. I gotta. There's something here.
This is
been a lot
bad.
of
Poop
Poop
like
in
a
this
pool is
episode.
better than thick like a stool. Either way, you enjoy. And he goes and he lies down and he pretends to be John Valjean.
Yeah. You know, as a side note, I will say that unless the diarrhea is causing you to go to the bathroom every 5 minutes, a nice loose stool is not so bad.
Yeah, but as
It's
long as
better
it's
than
not
being
so
constipated.
loose. Yeah, well, as long as it's not like
Well,
sprinkler.
sometimes that's nice. You're like, it's all done with. You're like,
I think the perfect.
I
is,
did an ass piss.
Yeah, no, I don't like ass pisses. I think the nice is like whoop, and you're like, ooh,
Form.
a clean wipe.
Yes, and a clean wipe. But
A
the
ghost
least
pill.
satisfying is when
A
it
ghost
feels
wipe.
like a really long one, or you think it's going to be
A forever
really
wipe.
long,
Yeah.
and then you look at it
And it's like-
afterwards, and it's like this, like it's Timbit.
But see, I worry about that because then I'm like,
Whoa.
gonna have to poop again.
Let's halt all this.
No. Let's complete this conversation because we can't half-ass this. The best
Wait,
is
Harlan,
to
we're
clarify.
live. We're live.
That's okay. To
still live.
clarify, the best is large, so you feel satisfied. Ghost wipe
Yes.
and a
Ghost
clean
wipe.
pinch, so that you wipe and it's completely clean. It's large enough and it's solid, and you're like, whoa, that's
And the pinch is done. And
pinch
there's
is
not
done.
like more.
There's no
after.
more.
We have a comment on YouTube. Coldest Demand Films wants to know, what did I stumble into? What did I stumble into?
Okay, so welcome to the INVICTUS stream. We're talking about
Yeah.
bowel movements.
You are a lucky mother
Individual right
fucker.
now. Yeah,
It is
because
an 18 plus show. Sorry, I should maybe that was pre.
You've come to the peak of tonight's game, really.
We should do the intro every time someone new joins.
Yeah,
So we'll just whenever someone new joins, we'll go, "Hey, welcome to the INVICTUS stream. My name is Harlan Guthrie. My name is this and
Prince
this."
William asked
And
about
Alex.
Prince
Warning:
William.
this is view discretion is advised.
Prince William asked about color,
Don't
and you know
forget
what's weird?
Vized.
I don't have any problem talking about it, but when we get to color, it grosses me out. Isn't that
Don't
weird?
forget. That's what I said.
I can do anything, but then color, I'm like, oh, guys, come on, a bit too mature.
Oh, come on. Yeah, no, we don't want to talk about that.
Amy,
We're on
Let's
there.
not worry about that.
We're live right now. We don't want to.
You
Wait, like
arrive
a
at the
little bit
edge of the river. The boat sits there plainly and deliciously, and on it, you see two people fiddling with it, trying to get it going.
Is it a garbage boat,
No, it's not. It's a beautiful boat
Grandpa.
called...
Grandpa? It's not a garbage boat.
named the Duchess of the Harbor.
Grandpa, look, it's the Duchess of the Harbor. It's not the Pussy Booty. What was that? What was it called?
The
What was it called?
The Pearl Booty?
Pearl Booty.
Pearl booty.
Look, Grandpa, it's the Duchess of the Harbor. It's not a Pearl Booty. It is not a garbage dump boat. It's a nice boat. Look, but they're obviously having trouble. Weren't you a mechanic in all the wars?
I was, yeah.
So let's help.
I probably
these
could have
fellas
done
out.
something about that snowmobile, actually. Come to think of it.
And that snowmobile. Let me stop you there because that snowmobile, I think, had
Suddenly,
its
the
day
two that are
because-
working on the riverboat get like shocked, and they're like, what are you doing here? Says one voluptuous looking woman.
Don't fret. It's okay. We were sent by Hugh Jackman.
And another comes out and sticks his gun out and says, "What are you doing? This is our boat, and we're taking it."
We would like to get a ride on your boat across the river, and I can help you because I was a mechanic in World Wars I, II, and the Boer War.
And I turn to my grandpa and I say, "Don't mention the Nigerian prince."
What? Don't mention what? Nigerian prince?
The Nigerian prince. Are you also looking for the $9 million, perhaps?
Oh, fuck, Grandpa.
No.
9 million.
Listen, this is
Are
all
we
right.
looking for $9 million?
It seems
Yes.
like perhaps
And
we
if we
can
get it-
work together. It seems
What
like
is
we
your-
can work together, perhaps?
What is your name?
I'm
Mr.
Dr. Otto von Hildebaum. Hildemb. And this is my
You
pal.
don't know your name?
I'm just,
You look like Christoph Waltz.
The truth is, I am
The
Christoph
actor.
Waltz.
You're Christoph Waltz.
How did you? I don't know how his accent is, but I'm
I
going general
swear,
German.
all these actors are answering these emails. This
What
is
the-
insane.
Because actors are the stupidest ones of all.
Then why did you answer it?
Because I'm stupid.
Christoph Waltz.
No, I'm not Christoph Waltz. I'm his brother. But the truth is, I'm Dr. Otto von Hildebaum, and this is my voluptuous femme fatale partner in crime with this $9 million quest, Miss Aurora Kyles.
Aurora.
Kyles?
Nice to make your acquaintance.
And she says,
Oh.
"Hello,
What's her name?
Well,
Aurora Kyles."
Aurora Kyles. Well, okay, yes, let's work together, get across the river, and then call it a day.
Oh, will we now? Listen, no funny business. I will let you on this boat if you help us get across the river. But when we get the $9 million, we will split it evenly 4 ways. Deal?
All right.
I look at Grandpa.
Good to me. 9 million divided by 4 is at least
That's
2
$3
million.
million for you, 3 million for
2.25
me,
million,
3
Grandpa.
million for Aurora, and 3 million for you.
Yes, that sounds about right. Those new
Actually-
math rules.
actually,
are
that's-
strange to
Grandpa,
me.
that's the wrong math. This German doesn't know what he's talking about. It's really only 2.5 million each. 2.5 times 2 is 5. No, that's also wrong.
It's wrong too. It's
But-
2.3333333.
That's correct. Yes.
333333334.
Yes, that's correct, Grandpa.
I say we
And that's
just-
our
we've gotta
math
get
lesson for
across-
today.
We've got to get across the river anyways.
So
That's right.
3 million for you, 3 million
But-
for me.
What
3
is your
million
name,
for
Five
Mr.
actually. It's
Mr.
2.25.
Otto von Hildebaum. Look, it doesn't matter. If we spend any more time, listen, if we spend any more time discussing this, then ultimately we'll all lose. So,
But Mr. Ottovon, and I look at Grandpa, you can't get the boat started. If we get the boat started, I think we should get 55% of the winnings.
fair enough.
Okay, deal. Handshake. Funny that we're both doing the same hand. Okay, fine.
Someone shake my hand.
And Aurora shakes your hand. Get this
Come on, Grandpa.
contraption started and give me a roll.
and we
All right, now back in World War II, we had to get a battleship destroyer started, and it wasn't working at all. So I did this, and I pull on a lever that just cracks, just like completely breaks in my hand because I rolled a 1.
Oh no!
and I rolled a 2.
Okay, so
Didn't do that last time.
you two aren't that handy, I don't think.
But
It was just luck. It was bad
I start
luck.
paddling. Look, we can get this boat going with enough force. And I start paddling.
Fair enough. Then you learn that 55%, and he sits back and he puts his feet up. He says,
Grandpa, you
Yes.
can't paddle. You're too old.
Why not? Wait, you said because I'm too old. Why can't I paddle if I'm old?
Case in point.
You're 104, Grandpa. If you lean over the edge, you're going to fall in and get eaten by alligators. Just do me the favor and work a little bit on the motor.
You want
See
me
if
to
you
work
can get it
on-
going.
Oh, okay,
I'll
sounds
continue
less
to
dangerous.
paddle.
You're right. You paddle. I'll work on the motor.
And
Let's
maybe-
take a look at this beauty.
Try and get the bilge pump going. You might have to get up on top of your seat there.
Okay.
And as you're rowing along the river, your paddles are touching the water, and eventually Grandpa gets up.
I don't know why they keep their engines up here. That's probably why the lever broke. All right. I'm rolling. I'm gonna roll the dice. I got a
And
17.
you get a bonus for standing on your desk. We'll call that a really good roll. So it gets started right away.
poking out. That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Is it starting? Is it starting?
Yes, it does. It starts up with a roar, and the engine begins puttering on as you continue down the river.
I was lucky the lever I broke was the parking brake.
Perfect.
Parking scooters.
And you continue on down the river as you reach. As your paddles dip into the water, you notice that there's a stillness when you pull your paddles out, and
This is all prior to fixing the engine.
No, this is after. The engine's now coasting along, but you notice there's a stillness in the river. Something eerie is just beneath the water, and as you continue down the river,
Grandpa,
Aurora notices something.
did you ever read The Heart of Darkness?
What heard of what now?
Don't worry about it. It's okay. Never mind.
What's in it? Is there something happening under the boat? Is that what you mean? Is there an alligator under the boat?
Did you ever see the movie Anaconda?
Yes, with John Voight and Tupac. Ice Cube.
Yeah, it wasn't
Tupac,
Tupac.
Ice Cube.
Jennifer Lopez is the only important one in that movie. So you do notice that there's like sort of a. Ooh, that's an interesting sound. And Aurora Kyle says, I think everyone should stay out of the water.
I wasn't planning to get into it, Aurora.
No, I mean stay out of the water.
What do you
I
mean,
wasn't
Aurora?
going to go into it, though.
And as the creature sinks again, you see it start to slither up the back side of the boat, right behind the doctors. They're like, "I'm so happy, ha ha ha! This is so good, ha
Doctor,
ha, ha."
doctor.
But now listen.
Be careful.
Now shut your stupid American mouse over that where
But
you're from. And he starts
you don't-
pointing his finger as the snake starts sort of coming up behind him.
In
You
a very
are the
comedic
most
way.
ignorant, stupid, dumb,
Oh wait,
dumb.
the snake like looks at him.
Yeah, yeah. You dumb, silly, yes. You and he gets like attacked. And it wraps itself around the neck, and it pulls him into the water behind him. And with a splash, he starts screaming as the blood starts coming against the river. And yeah, he's just screaming bloody murder as you continue on down the river. But the snake starts coming back up.
Look at the map, everyone. We're getting really close to this desert here.
Who's driving?
I found the map.
Maybe this jungle. See, pull it up on the share screen.
We're just trying. Are we trying to get it across the river, or down the river? Because across the river, it's got to be a pretty fucking wide river. But
It looks like
down the
by
river.
the
That makes
map
sense.
here we are. Is this working?
That's it.
Is
Yeah.
This is the map, so you can see Syria's down here.
Wait,
and
it's
this
black
is
for me.
Ass Sucker here.
Ass
and this is
sucker.
Ass Zava here.
Can you
and then
see
this
that
is
map,
where we
Harlan?
are.
No, I did, and then it disappeared.
Oh
I
no!
can't see your map. I can't
Oh
see-
no!
Did you make a forest in the
No,
middle of?
Paul did.
We put forests in the middle
map
of.
in the middle of Syria.
I mean, technically,
You'll have to-
really, historically, it's impossible.
well, historically,
Environmentally,
I was
it's
gonna say I don't think it's historically really relevant. It's more geographically impossible, but not in our world.
Geographically,
Not in
not
our world.
Global warming, dude. It changes everything.
Yeah, this is the year 2090
2090.
when we still haven't invented. We still have boats that run on normal gas engines.
Yes, we do. Yes.
Come on, there's snakes that are bigger that can eat us. Guys, who's driving the boat?
It's
I
still
don't know. I
just,
thought you were driving it.
it's just
I jump
puttering
up
along,
into-
and Aurora
I jump
is. Yeah, go ahead.
Into the bridge, and I put the paddle to the metal on the boat.
And you start coasting along the river, moving
Well,
down the riverbed that much quicker.
Yeah, there's no way this snake can keep up with us now.
No, of course not. And in fact, it gets chopped under the motor. And you continue, and eventually you see a dock at the end, at the edge of the woods, and you see a man tying up a canoe. And as you get a little closer, he turns and he draws his handgun and he points it at you as your boat comes to sort of a slow crawl. And he says, and somebody give me a D20.
Shit. I jump in.
Do it, Alex. Do it.
And I say, please, don't fire your weapon at us. We come in peace. A 16.
And perfect. And the man sort of looks up with a cowboy hat on and he says, suppose you're coming for the 9 million as well, eh?
I'm gonna try to deceive him. No, sir. No, we're just a simple river crew. We scan the river for possible problems with alligators.
Don't play dumb with me, boy.
I'm rolling for it.
And he says,
Fucking natural one for those that aren't watching.
you dumb prick, trying to lie to me. Don't you
Grandpa!
dare."
Is there anything
What?
you can do,
What's
Grandpa?
going on? Who's
Can you-
this? Who's this man talking to you?
Only
talk
questions from
to
Grandpa.
strangers.
No firing of a weapon.
Hey, you! Down on the shore, throw us a rope. Hey, be quick about it now. Hey,
Oh, yes. The senile do it now esque type
I'm an
personnel.
old man. I need your help, but I won't hesitate to give you a good licking.
All right. Roll.
That's so funny because it's like even especially an old man would be like, "Shut the fuck up! You tie the boat down. I don't care if you try to take it over." It's the senility.
7.
And he kind of puts his gun away and he says, I know you're here for the 9 million.
Name's Lucius Derricks. I had a partner and he died. How many yous left?
3 of us. Right? Charles. What happened to that Kerry EUS dude? Guy.
I don't know. I think honestly, Grandpa, I think he stayed with the Australians in Sudan.
And what about
Or
Aurora?
Saudi.
Did she survive the snake? Aurora!
Yes, she's on here the boat.
Aurora, you haven't said more than hello.
And she
What's
says,
your deal?
because I find when I don't talk, I get a lot farther. And she sort of just slips past you and begins walking towards the
true.
What if
goal.
the snake like grabs her as soon as she speaks?
Yeah. No, she's cool.
All right. Well, that's Aurora, and then this is Charles, and I'm Charles Senior. And we're here for the $9 million. Yes, you're right.
All right, all right.
But we can split it 4 ways.
Yes.
You don't have to commit murder.
Listen, it's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Name's not really Lucius Derricks. Anyway.
It's
It's Matthew McConaughey, isn't it?
Matthew McConaughey. I should know that.
I was close.
Wish I could take out.
It is all right, Mr. McConaughey.
All right,
I've seen a
all
lot
right,
of your
all right,
films.
all right, all right.
Oh,
listen,
and I get down and I start-
Listen, it's all right. It's all right. Listen, you come on down here. Let's go in the woods. Let's get through this jungle, and then we'll get some $9 million, and then you and me can, get out of here. And I'm gonna go follow that Aurora lady. She looks pretty fine. And he starts walking after her, as the two of you are still on the boat, I guess.
Let's get off this boat, Charles. I'm sick of boats now.
All right, all right. And he walks. And
That's
he's like,
great, Harlan.
he's like walking through the woods. He's like, there's nothing better than walking in the woods.
All right, all right.
And is he doing this the whole time?
He's just,
Through the woods.
that's right. You got to listen for the woods. You got to listen to the tiny little birds. They tell you everything you need to say about the exit. And as you're walking,
all right.
as you're walking through the woods, Aurora is sort of just taking the lead, and Matthew McConaughey's walking behind like this, and you two are sort of humming up the lead. And
Grandpa,
at the edge of the
feel
woods, you sort of hear a bus station.
Oh, I hear a bus station. You know what that sounds like? Listen.
Sounds like
Honk, honk.
Sounds like $9 million right there. I can hear it. What is this?
$9 million. Charles, I just realized if we split it 4 ways, we don't get $9 million each. Charles!
Grandpa. Look at the species of ant. Sorry. Anyways,
If we
You're right.
split the money 4 ways, we don't get $9 million. It will be divided into smaller numbers.
yes, I know. We already calculated it.
That's stupid.
It's 2.333333333333333333.
Look at this.
Oh my God, Grandpa!
This is Grandma's nursing home bills. Look how much it is.
Oh my
Look.
God, that's like nearly $100,000, Grandpa.
No,
Why
it's
didn't you tell me
more.
about
Look.
this?
This is how much it is.
$9 million.
$9 million.
You mean everything we win is gonna go just to Grandma's nursing home?
Well, she's in a very nice home. I wanted the best for her.
$9 million nurse.
We're going
need all
home,
of it.
Grandpa.
It's sort of adorable in a way.
this.
We can't divide the
No,
money,
you're-
otherwise
you're right,
Grandma's
you're right.
gonna have to go to Chartwell, not Chartwell Homes. We can't have that.
You're right, Grandpa. You're right. You're right.
And Matthew McConaughey overhears and he stops and says, listen. You don't need to include that little dame up there. 3 of us can split it even Steven. Woo-hoo, $3 million each.
wow, I'm impressed by your fucking impressions.
McConaughey is
Jesus.
unconaughey.
It's uncanny. That's uncanny.
It's uncanny.
Perfect. So that he offers you that.
You're right. But Grandpa, if we only split it between 3 of us, that's still not enough. We have to have the full 9 million. And I've got a machete in my hand.
From the boat.
Okay. What are you planning
So
on
I
doing with that?
turn and I say, Mr. Matthew McConaughey,
That's my name.
I'm so impressed by your acting that I hack up.
Charles!
I take a swing and try to hack off his
Before you go, I want to grab his arm. I want to grab his arm and say, "This isn't how we do things. I thought you better than this."
Hey, listen.
Well, I rolled a 4, so he should be able to grab my arm before I do.
He does. He grabs your arm, and Matthew Connor's like, "Whoo! Hey, listen, I don't know who I upset in this crazy little scenario, so I'm gonna back off." And he walks away, and he starts like walking backwards.
Matthew McConaughey, before you leave, while we've been standing here talking, Aurora has gone to go get the money.
Oh,
But
shit.
when she was on the boat, you know what she told me?
What did she tell you?
She told me that she thought you were the handsomest devil in all of Syria or Turkey.
Well, she's not wrong.
I think you should track her down
Listen, I was on
and
the cover.
tell her what you think about her.
I was on the cover of
Take time.
GQ magazine, 3 years running, sexiest man alive. Now I
It
don't
was
like.
only 2 years.
Well, it was. Well, it was a close second. put it that way.
I subscribe.
Listen, I'm just saying that they don't have to. You don't have to take a piece of McConaughey to know that McConaughey's on top. You know what I mean? He's a good slice of cake, and I don't blame that little ass if she's looking for a piece of this pie. So maybe I'll just head over there.
Well, you don't have a lot of time, McConaughey, because when she gets that $9 million, she'll be better than you, that's for sure.
You don't think she'll be? And he turns around and
Of
says,
course she won't be interested after she's got $9
all right. And he starts heading towards the woods. He starts dodging through things, and he starts running towards where she left.
Quick, Charles, now's our chance. We've got to get to the money. Charles!
Well, let's go, Grandpa. Come on.
All right, so we go to the bus station.
And the two of you start running, and because Aurora was heading in the direction of the bus station too.
And again, I grab Grandpa's arm, and I'm rushing him way too fast than his feet can pull him.
His farts
so
can
I
pull him?
put him. His farts can- I put him on like a backpack.
Yeah.
I put him on like a backpack, and I start running. Come on, Grandpa! Come on, you can do it!
Run, jump. I
He's
can
just
be a
dragging his
backpack,
feet. They're like this on the ground.
Run
Yeah.
faster, Charles! I can take it!
Perfect. And as you make your way to the edge of the woods just before the bus station, you hear a gunshot. And you stop. And at the edge,
Grandpa.
you see before you the open area before the bus station.
What? Do you see it? Do you see someone?
That was a 38mm Ross rifle!
Oh, good reference.
Good reference, Grandpa. How did you know that?
How did I know that? I fought in World War One. I know these sounds. Oh, Ross rifles are dangerous.
Right. Maybe we should sit back and not approach.
No! We need that money for Grandma! Charlotte!
What do we do, Grandpa?
Let's do what Charleses do best.
Yes.
The old 1-2.
The old one. Wait, not the 1-2. The old 1-3.
The old 1-3. We start climbing
That's right,
onto
Grandpa.
the roof.
We let him fire back.
Perfect. And as you climb onto the roof from behind,
I climb onto the roof, and
Yeah.
Grandpa, you stay down low.
sort of like an abandoned
Because
bus
it's got to go like
station.
this. I can't do this on camera. but-
Are we propsing?
It's
This is a prompt.
it's an abandoned bus station, and as you sort of climb over the top, you see the body of Matthew McConaughey splayed out with a bullet. In his head.
Oh,
And standing, walking over the body, just
that's
below
not all
you,
right. All right.
just below you, you see Marcus, the big guy, blowing the smoke out of his gun as he sort of walks over. Stupid actors, I don't know who any of you are.
No.
He's walking to me or to
He's below
Charles?
you.
He's below. Oh, but I'm still on the ground.
Oh, then he's sort of like around the corner from you at the front of the
And
of the bus
he's
station.
below me.
Yeah, exactly.
I have an idea. Charles, get ready with that piece of metal that's been dislodged from the abandoned building that's sitting on the roof there.
And I see it there. The piece of metal that's been dislodged from the abandoned roof over there.
Perfect.
Hello? Hello?
Who's that? And he turns towards you.
Oh no!
Are you standing there?
No!
Or are you
I'm standing
around the corner?
I'm around the corner, and I'm
Okay.
right like in front of where the piece of metal is.
So he walks underneath you and
It's
says,
a big heavy bit.
"You again."
Oh no, it's you, Aaron Marcus. I don't even know what movies you're in, but I'm scared because you've got a gun.
I'm not
And I
an
whisper,
actor.
they must be TV movies.
I wasn't really a big name. I'm nobody. And are you? And he
Were you
shoots
in
you.
Were you in the Christmas Princess?
And he shoots you. Then he-
No, why didn't you, Charles?
I
Charles.
was waiting for you guys to do something. And he shoots you, and the bullet sinks through your belly, Grandpa.
Wait, no, that can't happen
Charles,
so quickly.
No, do it, Charles, do it.
And I do what I was supposed to do, and I
I'm supposed to-
dropped the ton of bricks that were on top of the building.
Give me a roll.
I pushed them off onto Aaron Marcus.
Give me a roll.
Rolling a 10.
Success. And they come crashing down, crashing his skull as the gun slides out across the way, and you see Grandpa yelping for help.
But it's a 10, so he doesn't die, but he's like all covered.
Yeah,
and he
just
can't
his head's
move.
out. Yeah.
Just his head. He's like, oh no, I'm gonna get you.
And the gun sort of slides away, and Grandpa is holding his open wound. And are you not gonna help? So he bleeds out and dies as
No.
you're waiting.
That's not true.
What are you
I haven't
doing?
had a chance. I jumped to Grandpa. Grandpa! 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 Grandpa!
Charles, Charles,
Grandpa.
Charles, shut
Oh,
up.
Grandpa.
Hey, I slap him. Charles,
Grandpa!
you're giving me a headache. This very well might be my last breath, and you're giving me a headache.
I reach in my bag and I grab out a whole roll of toilet paper and I unravel it in my hands
No.
and I push it
No,
onto
no,
his
no.
stomach.
There's no time, Charles.
Yeah.
Charles,
Grandpa!
you need to get the money so that you can live. So that not you, but Charlotte, your grandmother, can live in the finest nursing home establishment that she could ever want. The $9 million lavish pearl. The grand pearl.
And
Grandpa!
as Grandpa's
No.
talking to you and you're sort of trying to stop the wound, you see a pair of feet by the pistol.
Grandpa, no!
And Aurora bends down and picks up and walks over to the two of you.
Grandpa, no! I'm not gonna put Grandma in the best nursing home. She only deserves really a mediocre nursing home where they'll give her food and some free time.
And she puts the
But
gun towards...
really, they don't. She doesn't need the top of the line because really, there's not much on top of what's in the mediocre package than what's in the best package. Because if you go to the best package, then it's only 15 minutes of extra time. And if you go to the mediocre package,
Okay, so
they
she
still
holds the
give you
gun
a
against
steak
your
for
head.
lunch.
she says, so you two are the last ones standing, eh?
But wait, I'm not done. But Grandpa,
Oh my god,
You're
she
too young
fucking
to
slaps you
die.
across the face, and you go spilling out
wait,
across
wait.
the ground.
Wait,
And
I
your
just have to do this one last
No,
comment.
your
You're too young to
tooth
die,
flies
Grandpa.
out. Your tooth flies out, and it fucking smashes, and blood hits across the floor, and the two of you are splayed out on the floor. And she steps on your wound, Grandpa, and she says, Do you know how fucking condescending it is to be the goddamn femme fatale of your story? You know how sexist that is? That all these are men and I get one fucking scene and I'm some sort of two-bit dame who just walks around, who's blonde and supposedly stupid? Fuck all that noise. I am so much smarter and better and faster than all of you. And the fact that all of you are men except for me proves that you deserve to die and I deserve the fucking money. This is a cliche that I am not playing into. And she pulls out the revolver and points it at your head and you hear the gunshot sound as she falls over dead.
And Carrie Elwes steps out of the woods, and he blows the gun smoke from his gun. It's all right, guys. 3 ways to split it. I say we can. And he walks over and he performs something awesome on you that heals your tummy wound. And he sits you up. And the 3 of you sort of walk over to the actual lockers. And he turns to each of you and he says, "Gents, we did it. We got this far. And I want to split it 3 ways, but the truth is, I think the 2 of you earned it more. But we'll see what happens. What's the combination?" He says.
Carrie.
2, 8, 3, 2.
Well, we have one chance at this, so let's
Oh,
go.
no, don't.
No,
Wait. We wrote it down.
3.
We wrote
got
it
it written
down.
down on this post. Carrie.
Back.
Stop. Don't listen to Grandpa. I've got it written down on this post-it note. It's 4, and I automatically want to go to a British accent, but it's 4, 2, 2, 7.
And the locker unlocks. And you slowly swing open the locker to see a bag sitting there.
It's
And you pull it out and zip it open and
bag,
throw it
Carrie?
open, and there's 9 million $1 bills. No, there's 9 million.
oh my god.
There are $9 million
Sounds like a truck.
dollars in the bag, and the 3 of you zip it up and hold it and turn around, and there's a figure standing in your way.
A figure.
And
Carrie.
oh god.
Grandpa, you're too young to die.
And your phone
Carrie.
rings. Your phone rings in your pocket.
I love all of our cell phone sounds.
And you pull it out, and it's the small little one that Thurston gave you. Thurston's, or whatever his name is. And he's like,
Here it is.
"Well, you did it, boys. I'm happy that someone was able to win, but unfortunately, as this is $9 million, I needed to have a backup plan. So I asked my good friend to retrieve it for me. And as you
That's
look past
incredible.
the phone, oh, look at that! Hello.
That's so incredible. Let's go on, Mr. and Whistle. I mean, Thurston.
And as you walk past, or as you look past the phone, you see Antonio Banderas standing there. "I understand you
But-
thought I was dead, but the
but
truth
you
is I was
sank."
working all along with Thurstinsons." And he steps across the road slowly. And he makes 2 steps across the road before, BAM! He gets hit by a car. And the Corvette, the bright red Corvette that's sitting out, slams as you see Thurston, whatever the fuck is his name?
Ellington.
Thurston. Ellington Thurston's face on the camera is like, "Oh, no!" And it goes off. Whoop. And you see the car slam into him, and blood splatters on the windshield. The glass breaks. His body goes flipping. His leg goes fully off, and Antonio lands on the fucking cement with a thud as the driver in the thing is like, "Oh, shit." And gets out. And Carrie Elwes looks at the 2 of you and says, "Well, boys, I think we're 9 million richer."
And it's just in time for Matlock.
Almost.
Grandpa.
Maybe we can get a
You're
ride
so
with this
right.
fine gentleman. And the 3 of you sort of trudge over, beaten and tired. And from the driver's seat, Elijah
saved us?
Wood looks up and says, "Let's get in, motherfuckers. It's
Who?
about to be Elijah Wood." And he says, "Let's get in, motherfuckers. It's about to be a wild ride." And Carrie always goes, "Oh, God." And we're going to end it there. Ladies
But
and
who is
gentlemen.
driving?
Elijah Wood. He was
Oh
the fucking driver.
no!
How are you? You're so delayed. Ladies and gentlemen, that
I
was
thought he was in the back seat.
Nigerian Prince email scam, the RPG. Jesus, that was a weird one. Yeah, pretty much. Thank you so much for. Hold on, let me just take a second to decompress.
Man, that was a lot of celebrity guests. I wish we had more.
Oh man.
Oh man, that was crazy. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's stop that. That's annoying as fuck. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. This has been so fun.
Hey, just because you laughed doesn't mean.
This has been such a great time tonight. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. My name is Harlan Guthrie. Why am I saying that? What I'm saying is, ladies and gentlemen, Nigerian Prince email scam. I'm gonna mute you again. What, Alex? How much did you drink?
I'll just unmute myself.
Fine.
We are the INVICTUS stream. Thank you very much for joining us tonight.
Yes.
I'm going to throw it back to Harlan for the endgame post.
Thank you. Sounds like a lot like the Hot Ones host.
The endgame post, the Hot Ones host.
As you know, we end every stream with a endgame winner, and tonight I think we should win I would like to award.
I was gonna say, what the fuck are you talking about? Are you
honestly,
drunk?
I'm decompressing from the fucking game. That was a weird one. But I would like to award it to Mr. Paul Bernhardt for creating the forest in that map, which is really fun.
Creating a forest where there wasn't one.
Yeah, exactly, which was really weird. What did we do? How did this start? You got an email, that's right. Man, that was crazy. Anyway, so Endgame Post is going to go to Paul, which was a lot of fun. Thank you, Paul, for doing that. That was, even though he slammed our geography, he came around.
And this really just goes to show you that, you know what, those scam emails,
you should go for them,
that you get from those Nigerian princes.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes they're real, and you have to trust in them and
that
actually
should be the
click on them
takeaway
and
from
respond
tonight,
to them.
Well,
and
that's the
send your money.
takeaway. You said it exactly, Alex. Trust.
Yeah.
Trust people.
Trust
strangers. Trust your fellow man.
Yeah.
And woman.
Triscuits.
Triscuits. Triscuits.
Triscuits. And
Triscuits. Doesn't like Triscuits.
And when someone asks you to send you $1,000 to pay for the transfer fee for $9 million,
do it.
Just do it.
And just to show what tonight's game consisted of, we had written down literally. I had responding to the email gets you a single line of text and address. Showing up to the address, you. A nice man convinces them to come with them. Carrie Elwes is there. Plane. Crash in the snowy mountains. Dude is stuck in a tree. I have access to a buggy. Exits to dry tundra.
What
desert
would you
water.
say if
Hold on.
we decided
A
not
kidnapping
to?
leads to desert death race level, which I didn't really do. Riverboat to alligator attacks, jungle and jungle creatures, exits to dry tundra, desert water, a kidnap. That's just repeated. That's it.
Hey, Justin, let's try start again. Grandpa, no, just delete the email.
Someone needs our help.
No,
Charles.
delete it.
He needs
Just
our help.
delete it.
I'm sending him the money, and
Just
that's final.
delete
I'm the
it.
elder,
Grandpa,
Charles.
this
What?
is a scam. Just delete it.
No.
And as Charles reaches over and deletes the email for him, the game never commences. And you lose out on $9 million. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. This has been a blast. I hope you have a great night and a great weekend. We will see you next Wednesday for probably an equally silly one-shot. As always, my name is Harlan, and my very good friend Justin always likes to say,
Oh shit! I'm totally unprepared.
"Oh shit, I'm totally unprepared." Good night.